Cada año, a lo largo de toda la región, un desafío es anunciado. Un enfrentamiento que convoca a los mejores guerreros. El llamado a la batalla se hace escuchar. Y con ello, la decisión de poner a prueba sus más grandes habilidades. Sin importar los adversarios y obstáculos que se presenten en el camino. Todo por demostrar su fortaleza y supremacía frente a los más poderosos rivales. Beast Ghost, Kokori, Thunder Echo Boys, Team Brasil, Omega Gaming, Unknown Team, LatAm Defenders. Solo uno de ellos logrará la hazaña y obtendrá la gloria. ¡Victory!
Hello everyone, and welcome to our coverage of day number 3 of LPG. I should say Movistar LPG. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us of our winners day coverage. Is going to determine, well, who has to play in our decider match and who will be safely moving on into the playoff brackets. Of course, we are playing in 2 groups of GSL format, so that is going to be how today plays out. I am Seeking Strike all by myself here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be bringing you the coverage of our matches. Alrighty, we are going to be beginning with Group A, which is going to be the Eagle Boys versus Team Brazil. Very exciting match. We saw Eagle Boys most recently in the Realms Collide really do quite decently overall. They were in the lower brackets and unfortunately were eliminated in round 1 versus Thunder Predator. Team Brazil, they were unfortunately placing 9th or 10th if I'm not mistaken. So they weren't able to really strut their stuff whatsoever in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see them in this match today, in the winner's match specifically, to see how they will fare versus a tough opponent such as the Eagle Boys.
5 seconds remaining.
As we will start to see the draft sort of play out here. Eagle Boys starting off with a fan favorite, the Sven Io. Team Brazil respond with the off lane from Hell. That is Earth Spirit Slaughter. 2 very big right clickers. Decent spells, of course, with the Earth Spirit. Just lots of stuns here. And overall, a pretty dangerous lane that you don't want to be sticking around and clashing too much with. Again, this is our winner's match, as we did have Beast Coast get 2-0'd by the Eagle Boys yesterday. Team Brazil taking a 2-0 win over Team Unknown. Our next match will be our winner's match of Group B versus Hokari versus Thunder Predator. So do stick around for that one, guys, as Hokari were able to get a 2-0 win over Omega Gaming. Another kind of surprise to me along with the Beast Coast victory.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Already our second phase of picks and bans over with, as we will now see Team Brazil move on and pick their carry, the Lifestealer. Pretty safe pick here versus the Sven. The head-to-head is always going to be a little bit dicey between the two, depending on who can get that a basher up first. Sometimes the Satanic as well on the Sven, or even the Lifestealer can be amped doubly so. We'll see here, as we do have Eagle Boys up to draft. They still need themselves an offlaner, mid laner. I might just pick the offlaner now that you know the matchup, or at least that you know you're versus the Lifestealer. It's still a little bit dodgy when you don't know the support, which is why Brazil, they respond with their full offlane, what is most likely their full offlane, that is with the Earth Spirit and Slaughter versus the Wisp and Sven. Lifestealer, just a safe pick overall when you don't know the offlane you're going to be going up against. You can try and counter it with some sort of ranged with some sort of ranged hero, or you can just pick the Mars and just be like, I guess we're farming, you're farming. It's not really a whole lot of kill potential here. It is not a hero that particularly excels against the Lifestealer, however, so that is some concern. You might think of maybe running, especially with 3 strength melee heroes already. Nope, the Timbersaw has been banned by Team Brazil, and of course Beastmaster along with it. Another really tough offlaner that doesn't do too poorly against the Lifestealer, but you can always right-click your boars, so it's a bit cumbersome, that one.
Dire team pick.
Eagle Boys, the Bane, it is for now. Interesting, could be a Bane Pos 4. Sometimes we see the Wisp in the 4 position, so either way, it wouldn't be too unfamiliar, but there's some BKB piercing disable there with the Fiend Script against the Lifestealer. Trades nicely, rather nicely against him anyway, with the Brain Sap as well in the lane, and Enfeeble can make your life a little bit difficult here against the stuns that we have already versus the Lifestealer, as any spells that the Bane actually hits you with add status resist, or minus status resist, I should say. Okay, Team Brazil then, I would just pick your position 5 here. You do have a last pick. Your draft isn't very flexible, so Eagle Boys know exactly what they're drafting up against, but the good news is that Eagle Boys' draft themselves are not too flexible either at this point. Both teams just looking to play their game and making sure that they don't get too countered or even outdraft themselves here. We shall see here. Team Brazil. Costa Beal probably on the Slardar then? No, sorry. King RD, of course, the offlaner. ADR, we don't have his hero quite yet. Theolicor either. King Jungles, though, I guess Theolicor is going to be on the Earth Spirit, huh? I have not seen Theolicor in a little bit of time here. me just make sure I'm not gonna go ahead and contradict myself. Because as I recall, King Jungles was the position 5 during the Realms Collide. Yeah, that's right. They had Flea here on Team Brazil, so I can't be sure what happened. Unfortunately, I did take quite a few days off here. Infamous also withdrew from this tournament. What a shame. What a shame. Would have been great to see them play. As they will go with for the Shadow Demon. So it's going to be a pretty common counter, actually, to the Sven. Not too bad against the Bane either. The only thing that's kind of weird about it is there's nothing to really combo, quote-unquote, your Shadow Demon with in the lane. It's also a bit of a scary pick without actually knowing your offlaner. They could very well pick an offlaner that doesn't very well care for the Shadow Demon in lane. Something like a Legion Commander comes to mind. Again, not the ideal pick overall because it doesn't trade well against a Slarter during the rest of the game. You don't really want to duel him. Lifestealer as well has some pretty decent lifesteal against you. I guess if you Fiend's Grip him, that'll stop him from actually lifestealing during the duel, so that's a potential sort of fix to that one. But of course, the bread and butter combo here is going to be the Demonic Purge onto the Sven. Even with the Ags upgrade on him, might not be too bad. You get rid of that Cleo, that's a lot of his damage out in team fights. But the move speed slow is primarily what you're going to be looking for there. And there's going to be a ranged offlaner then for the side of the Eagle Boys.
Seconds remaining.
Huh, Eagle Boys as well, switching up the roster a little bit here. Just checking. Indeed. As they currently do have Aretes on their team. Okay, I'm just getting myself reacquainted here. As
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Okay. Just sliding over to Thunder Predator. Okay. Okay, that's the only thing we've really missed here. We do have Smash El Profe here on the offlane position. How many games are left? Currently we have hello to Yudes. Currently we have one more match after this one today. This is GSL for Team GSL. So we currently have, of course, the losers match and then the decider match after this one. So we have 3 more days, including this one. So 2 more days after today of 2 best of 2s, 2 best of 3s. I apologize. This is a best of 3, as are all matches in this GSL format. Pardon me. And then we are going to get into a playoff bracket, which
10 seconds remaining.
Is going to have a double elimination bracket where everyone is seeded into the upper bracket with only the top 4 teams. So we still have quite a few matches left for this series overall. Unfortunately, there are no Mr. Genes. As we have our draft now completed, last pick is going to be the Phoenix here for Theo Licor. So the position 4, King Jungle's there. Wait a second, is this? Yeah, it is. That's ADR mid lane on the Earth Spirit. Okay. Off-lane Night Stalker is going to be the move. Faker with the mid-lane Nature's Prophet then against the Earth Spirit is actually not that bad of a matchup here for the Furion. The Earth Spirit, when he has his spells, kind of leveled up a little bit higher. I'm talking maybe level 4, level 5 even. You're going to be able to hunt down Faker in lane quite efficiently and actually kill him to hell and back to hell with the boulder smash. But early on, and when you're not playing super aggressive, he kind of just stands a little bit further away from you and slowly but surely right-clicks you down. Not a super fun matchup if I had to imagine for ADR, but if there's anyone that can make it work, it's going to be him. Faker though is definitely he's no weaker. He's no weakness in the mid lane though for the Eagle Boys lineup here. He's been meshing pretty darn well overall, as I hope they load in with their pro names. Otherwise, this is going to make it a little bit more difficult for me. Yeah, unfortunately, Infamous, they did end up losing their final best of 3, I believe it was, to qualify for BTS Pro Series. Yeah, that was definitely a bit unfortunate for them. As we'll be getting underway now. Match number 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. I should, while we have our pause, remember to add some text up here. So we get just your typical essay pause here. You know, when you're playing Brazil, Peru, there is going to be some disconnections. I have no idea what server this one is on, unfortunately. I'm not privy to that information this time around, so I'm on the same boat as you guys are when it comes to that. Alrighty, just making sure we have our text here in the top right. Sven Io, I mean, what more is there to say about Sven and Wisp? Just, you know, can't wait, really, to get our new patch. Is 2 Yudes related to Mr. Jeans? Nope, he's just a big fan as far as I know. Hola. KXY. Faker getting, just writing down his own name here. So we'll be getting underway. Nope, they did not spawn in. Okay, that's okay. Timado, you might have changed your name, but guess what? I still know it's you, Timado. I still know it's you. Timado then on his Sven this game. As we have a talk now with the roster. Interesting. So Slavin and Frank no longer on the roster then. Looks like they're back to the full Peruvian squad then. Who am I missing here then? Smash, right? Yeah, I know what Smash has always been on this team. Zitak is going to be their position 5. Aretes then, he is currently standing in. Got it, okay. Needed to make sure that I have all the player names, and we'll be good to go. Okay, sorry about that. Just needed to make sure I had everything ready to go here as we're going to get underway at the Horn. No one's finding each other here too early on. King Jungles doesn't really want to party, as he's going to start off with Brown Boots. Luckily for him, this offlane is going to be not too difficult, not too easy. Oh, I apologize. Let's go ahead and switch over to our regular terrain here. I have forgotten to... We'll fix that real quick. I do apologize about that, guys. We had that on some different terrain for our Realms Collide coverage, and that has since changed. Want to make sure we don't have to use that terrain unnecessarily, as we'll not miss any action here in the mid lane. already. It's going to be ADR off to a decent start here versus Faker. But again, this matchup will get more difficult here for the Earth Spirit as we get a little bit further and further into the levels. We might see that change. He's not started off with, as I might have expected, an Orb of Venom. But I think for now, I think he's going to find himself in a pretty decent spot here in terms of CS. ADR then down in the bottom lane with Zatak versus King RD and Theo Licor on the position 4. Position 3 is going to be, of course, King RD. He'll be playing his Slardar. Plays a real mean Slardar as well, this guy. Nice and aggressive, but this lane, it's just so difficult to really get any meaningful damage onto this, the Wisp and Sven lane. It is pretty brutal there, this one here. So not a whole lot of action. Really top lane smash and Aretes versus Costabil and King Jungles is going to be maybe the place to watch here, as we will set up now for a kill onto Aretes. Open wounds here at level 2. King Jungles nearby, baiting his courier. This should be first blood, as Aretes with boots is not going to be able to outrun Costabil. Well played there. First blood, not too difficult whatsoever. Simple disruption, setting up for the kill. Problem is here with our Night Stalker, quite a tanky hero. Decent strength gain at 3. It's not the biggest strength gain in the game. 4.2, 4.5 is somewhere where Centaur sits. But 26 base strength is no, it's not really that low either. So all the strength he builds as well is just going to end up giving a lot more experience there, or life steal rather, to our life stealer. As we do have a kill, at least in the middle lane, we do miss, apologies. ADR getting first blood, not first blood, but drawing first blood there versus Faker in this lane. And that means he's going to have a really nice level advantage here, actually. This is where it begins to get a little bit scary for our Furion, who is now only level 3. Does now have the Blightstone and the Gloves of Haste, though. So again, this lane gets more and more difficult here for our little Earth Spirit as the game continues. With the bottle now, I'd like to see him go for that early ring of protection. It does go into the urn eventually, but just now picking it up now might do him some good. As they will snipe the courier, of course, the Beal, King Jungles. Not able to prevent that death from coming through. It's going to be a weird sort of fight here because both mid laners are sort of kind of tempo based. They're supposed to win the lane. For now, it looks like, actually, for now, it looks like ADR is having a little bit of difficulty. Nice job beating his way out of that one, though. Actually didn't use a tango. Probably looking to bottle himself here. Nearing the 4-minute bounty rune as well. Just making sure he can be as efficient as possible there with his regen. Backpacking his stat items. Bottom again, we can see he's basically going to get some farm here. Theo Licor is the really only person they could potentially kill in this lane, along with the Wisp. But even then, it's so difficult to get kills in this lane. Overcharge right now is pretty strong, to be honest, especially when you're paired with another strength hero, because you both get the buff, so it's like you heal basically for double. That stuff is really, really nice. ADR looking for a bottom rune, as there's going to be no rotations rather from the supports. He will not find it there. Instead, we'll find the rune top lane, where it's going to be picked up instead by Faker, unless ADR has something to say about it, and he doesn't. Level 5, though, here, so he does have that level 3 Boulder Smash. We're looking at some serious damage there. As speaking of damage, Phoenix forcing to dive away here. Has no boots, however. He's going to turn and get off another little bit of damage before he goes. Unfortunately, Faker, unaffected by the Fire Spirits and a DD rune, easily able to pick up the kill there. Rotates back to mid. He didn't even miss breakfast. Doesn't even miss dinner. He's back in time for dinner. Smash here versus Costabil is, again, not really going to be wanting to right-click him too much when he's open wounds and with the feast applied. This feast, already level 3, 1-3-1 build right now, is Kunala Costabil pretty much to trade with anyone in this game here very, very effectively, as we are fighting as well down bottom as well as in the mid lane. Check over by Faker, who is going to have the Magnetize applied to him. Rolling Boulder Smash will hit him, as ADR is going to be able to live by the skin of his teeth. Bottom's attack and Timalo definitely taking a bit of damage here as Timalo is experiencing the attack speed slow given by level 2 fire spirits. They're a bit more brutal as maybe top lane now it's going to be Smash looking to play a little bit more aggressively here. He does now have, of course, this the nighttime, which is going to increase the void mini stun. Does it still do that? Yeah. Increases the void duration.
Dire structures are fortified.
As the silence, of course, not leveled yet. Crippling fear is always going to be possible. Is Timalo playing? I believe Timalo is playing this game. Yes, bottom lane, though, dying is going to be Theo Licor. He will go down. I believe this is Timalo. He always changes his name to a bunch of anime names, so I can't be sure. Rolling Boulder, the gank from Earth Spirit, looking for the kill onto Timalo. They will be able to get that at this. And Zatak, the two that are going to be tethered together. Unable to really do too much here, but already a very successful gank here. The Rolling Boulder down bottom is going to put them in a good position here. That's the first 2 charges of the urn. Power Treads, it looks like, are going to be the name of the game here for our Earth Spirit, so he can be nice and tanky. Stats do quite well on him. Mid lane, King Jungle's just sent to soak some experience here, looking to get as much as he can out of the lane. The Lifestealer no longer realistically needs him, as we are fighting bottom again. Theo Licor running right in. And he is going to be slept up, however. Only level 3 on this Phoenix, but it's a level 7 Earth Spirit gank, and that means Attack is going to be very easily killed. They don't actually refresh the Magnetize here, though, but Aretes will be going down. 3 kills already now for ADR as he looks for a 4th one onto Faker. Theo Licor trying to get a singular kill out of this one, but King Ardiu going to deny the ultra kill here. It will be the Earth Spirit then, just balling out of control already. 5-0-2. Very impressive start there. Magnetize, very strong spell here. And of course, that is going to be the power spike that is level 4. Boulder Smash, 300 damage. Yes, please. That's a crap ton of damage. This is getting a little bit scary now for our Earth Spirit. Is obviously, or sorry, for Eagle Boys. Is obviously it's been Team Brazil with all the momentum here. In fact, they're going to look to pressure this bottom tower by the looks of it here. Earth Spirit just looking to clear the wave and get some damage here. So Timalo is going to go out back. Zatak now is going to be the first one gone on here, and with the Corrosive Haze, he is quickly nuked through. Theo Licor accidentally tanking the tower a little bit, unfortunately, will be dropped as King RD might be next. The attack speed slow saving him for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, ADR not able to connect there on the Rolling Boulder slow, but King RD is still quite fast. They will TP in Faker yet again, this time a 4v2 scenarios. King Jungle's looking for the disruption, will be interrupted. Faker in the meantime gets the kill on a King RD. They're going to turn back for King Jungles and kill him. Just like that, it's a 4-for-4 in the other direction. All the meanwhile, of course, we do have Costabil still farming pretty peacefully at that too here. Zatak is going to be sent top lane to try and soak some experience as we have Theo Licor picking up a Arcane Rune. Shouldn't really matter too much. The ulti there from Smash now timing out. The Dark Ascension.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Going to be going for the drums right now, top lane. But does finally have at least the power treads. 3 points now into the Hunter of the Night, so he's going to be pretty happy here. Unfortunately, it's about to be daytime as they once again find a kill here on Timalo. Might not be so easy, though. They will double stun him on accident, but Timalo will eventually tick down. A little bit too much magic damage for him. We don't yet have a pipe or anything for him. Aretes now getting dove a little bit by ADR. They do have the Wisp nearby to try and heal him back up. Supernova even committed here for this kill. Cutting down the trees, making sure there's absolutely no reinforcement, as they will be safely able to back off. Not afraid to, or rather, a little bit afraid probably just to overcommit there. It's going to be Costabil then looking for a scaling build here on the Lifestealer. He wants to go for the Battle Fury. I think that's going to be a decent decision. Allows him to try and keep pace here with the farm of Timado, who's not having that great of a game, mind you. Only level 6 here. He does have only 41 lasted. If you take a look at how that translates to net worth, he is sitting in the top half of, in terms of CS, and this stack here will help him out quite a bit, to be honest. But only barely. But this is, well, you know, the Sven's bread and butter, his time to recover, as he does have, of course, a Wisp here to constantly stack, to be his partner now in the lane. And, yeah, we'll see how that begins to play out for them as And we are skirmishing for the bounty rune up top. Smash able to get the bounty a little bit faster than Thunder.P, again, who does have this rage still at the ready. That's why we don't see a rotation yet from our Sven. Could care less. He could care less. Okay, we have a reload. It's just a farming reload. He's going bottom. No big deal. Mid lane then, or Spirit nearly has the full vessel already, which could be very effective against the Wisp, but also against Wisp's healing target. I'd be curious what the math is on who you want to be able to make sure you get that vessel on first, as we do have now. Of course, the haste rune active. Dimalo, though, is going to be brought back by that relocates. Double stunned as well out of the sleep. He's going to be able to cut himself away from the Sprout, but now Smash ganking with the top lane with the Dark Ascension has now the point here in the silence, and that's going to be 2 very easy kills. They even commit the Fiend's Grip there to be able to kill King RD. Smash continue to just rotate around. He's not going to be able to find anyone else with this kill, but will be looking to farm this nice, juicy stack that he has. Yeah, that's going to be big, actually, taking the stack away from the mid lane Earth Spirit, as they will connect their own boulder now. His kick onto Aretes here. But again, he's actually going to draw them back into where they're farming the stack. He will be killed for this, as again, that Nightmare putting Earth Spirit to sleep for a bit longer, but eventually he will take down the likes of Theo Licor, not before dropping a sneaky little observer ward, however, in the middle of the jungle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
King RD still rotating around here, and then the offlane Slardar is going for the blink, and he's still saving up for it, as they're going to be looking to siege this middle tier 1 tower. We also have Thunder.P looking to probably fight a little bit here bottom lane, which is a bit surprising. He does have the Battle Fury, so I think I'd like to see him just farming. It's a really nicely timed Battle Fury here as well. Had this, by the looks of it, just about a minute ago. Unfortunately, he's not going to find any farm here. Smash, though, is not going to be left with much life. He will pick up the Arcane Rune, at least, deny that away from Phoenix, and all the rest of Brazil. As, that kill will then complete the Spirit Vessel now on ADR, as down goes the tier 1 tower. Having a pause here. Just a short one, though. Just a short one. 8 to 13 here, 12 minutes in. So far, so good for Brazil, if you ask me. Of course, we will have Faker now with the Orchid, so he could potentially go for a few of these solo kills, especially one here on to Thunder.P. Wouldn't be out of the realm of, you know, of reality. It would be rather difficult, though, just because, of course, he does always have lifesteal. He's got a pretty good save here with the Phoenix. Good saves there. But for now, without any way to activate that magic immunity, you are going to be silenced for the full duration, which could always be pretty lethal to a life stealer. Level 12 already here, though, so they should be looking to try and pump the brakes here on this Thunder.P farm fiesta that he currently has going on. This will be now a smoke gank, however, as all 5. They're going during the daytime. There is a Dark Ascension available, however, so Smash can always look to rotate, but King RD now, with this Blink Dagger, has a friend Life Stealer within him, as Zatak is going to be the one to find this smoke gank. They're going to be able to nuke him quite easily. Does actually get off, wow, a very nice tether all the way down to the Malo to the low ground, and that will be that. No chance really there of permanent bashing. The Wisp, you just have to kind of wait until he uses tether, and they didn't do that. Instead, they're going to find 3 heroes in the bottom lane. They really want this Wisp. Will they be able to get him with the Vessel applied? Absolutely. They're going for one more. Timado is going to get rolled on here by ADR, as there's a Supernova as well committed. That's going to allow them to get the kill onto Smash, as Faker in the top lane will get located by King RD. Simply just blinks onto him. Does not care about your silence, old man. He's going to right-click you the entire way down. King RD as well. Does he have... He does have a Quelling Blade, so he's probably very easily just not bothered at all by a Sprout. So far, a really good game out for Team Brazil here, as they're picking up plenty of kills. Team Brazil with stand-ins? I believe not, no. I think this is just ADR on a different name. It's going to be hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, this is the rest of Team Brazil, but this should be... I would be shocked. I'm pretty sure this is ADR. They have found out at this, though. Let's not miss any kills here. And he's going to be absolutely blown up here by this gang squad. And it's been a really great game here for Earth Spirit, to be honest. He's the second richest in the game. And this isn't a hero that farms very well, mind you. He's just going for kill after kill after kill. Next, he's going to be going into the BKB in order to try and keep up this aggression. In top lane, we have our second farming item for Sven, though. It nearly completes the trifecta of Sven items. Next, we're going to be looking for the probably BKB, I would imagine. And then into the Aghanim Scepter is going to be the build I expect. Meteor Hammer for our Phoenix is going to allow him to push some side lanes here much more aggressively, much more safely. Should see him get involved, potentially look for some kills here after a Supernova stun. Top lane, though, they will be able to find one. It's going to be Timalo in some trouble. Two-man bash there is going to cancel the relocate on the way out, as Timalo will be killed. They did not expect the rotations to come from top lanes. The Talk nukes down as well. That is going to be a level 3 Sunray, really starting to chunk through him, as Faker needing to TP away from the jungle. This is a really, really scary start right now here for the Eagle Boys. With a Slardar on your team, it always gives you early Roche potential, and with how strong Kostabil is right now, I'm not surprised at all to see them head into the pit. There's going to be Sanj and Yasha then for lifesteal, so just going straight for stats. It's really great. It's going to allow him to fight really early. Sanj is just quite an excellent item here for lifestealer. It does stack, of course, with your feast and further with your open wounds. And look at them just chunk through Roche right now with the minus armor. Smashing your body, looking to get aggressive. He's not going to be there in time. Supernova now will cancel him here. That does go through it. Faker, though, is destroying this egg. They will stun him up, but it's the auto attack was already mid-flight. They will be able to get a kill in return, however, for their fallen comrade. As the Supernova was good. By the way, Supernova has the highest priority in terms of turning day to night. So that is why you don't lose the flight on the Night Stalker. However, you do lose the, obviously, Hunter in the Night passive. And, yeah, you still get the bonus damage, but without the attack speed granted from Hunter in the Night, it's really not too worth it. It's Timalo in a bit of trouble now. They will just barely not scout him, however, as his courier, however, will be killed, or make that Kostabil's courier is going to be killed. We do have one in the mid lane here. ADR, though, is too busy farming. He's not going to be looking to make this rotation quite yet. So Timalo, although he was in a bout of danger there, is going to be okay. Is this the same Smash? I believe it is the same Smash, yes. Yes, he was banned in 2016. That's right. 9,000 MMR player, though, so still pretty good. Shadow Demon looking for the Blink Dagger is going to be a pretty good item for him. Actually, nice job, King Jungle's able to steal away a little bit of that last hit and a little bit of the farm from Faker, who is going to be next going into the BKB, as we saw our Sven Timalo as well, looking for his own BKB. He's nearly there. Smash for now, having to do with some utility items, as we see a kill mid lane onto Faker. They will find him. They're also going to find 2 additional heroes here. 2-man silence. King Jungle's nearby with a disruption, able to jump in here and just actually burn a lot of this relocate time. They will, however, have a Fiend's Grip on it. It's just right in his face. There's no sun to cancel it now. They're actually going to leave Timalo here into the Supernova to let him burn. He's getting right-clicked down by Kostabil as well, as he will be stunned, nearly killed by the Tier 1 tower. Auto attacks onto the backlines we go, as Aretes now getting ran down by King RD and Theo Licor, who is going to complete the 4-man wipe, all in exchange for the mid lane ADR, Earth Spirit. Pardon me. Now to get that out of my system. But we nearly have now the full BKB up for our 2 cores. That's maybe not going to be enough, unfortunately, for our Eagle Boys. They're really having some struggles here versus the Earth Spirit, who's going to have his BKB up here rather shortly. King RD already has a BKB. Next is going to be Basher after the S and Y. That courier, however, did kill Timalo's Sanj, or sorry, make that Yasha. That was going to be the item that will be having delay. Faker is going to be scouted, but he will be able to TP out. Goes ahead and sprout himself up. The Blink Dagger not yet ready for King RD, so off and away he goes. This game here, it's still all Brazil for now. When are we going to be able to fight? BKB plus 1 item, maybe. I don't know. With a Wisp, you generally don't always see the Aghanim Scepter play here for the Svens. I think there's still a little bit of value to it this game, just to be able to close the gap a little bit more efficiently when you have like open wounds applied, stuff like that. Anything you can dispel here that's useful. Not really though. So actually, I think this is a game where maybe you don't take that talent. It's always so good against dispelling Force Staffs and other stuff like that. Is getting bashed with the Faker. He's unable to escape. Gets the ulti off before he goes. A little bit of Wrath of Nature as he dies, but he's not really going to be able to get much done. We finally have our first item here for Zatak as well. He's finished up the mechanism now. Should allow him to burst heal the Sven a little bit longer. Right now, it's a bunch of small damages over time unless King RD gets the jump onto him. So, you know, that might allow him to live a little bit longer in these little skirmishes, but like I said, it's still not going to be enough for now. We need like a +1 item here after this BKB, as we see them smoke up, at least ready to go. Should be a Shiva's Guard, I'd imagine, on our Night Stalker. It's an item that synergizes very well with his flying speed, gives him flying vision as well. This goes to Beal, and the rest of Brazil get to work here on this tower. Still have Aegis in the inventory. A smash from behind. He's going to be looking for the backliners here. BKB active by King RD. They're going to just jump right into him. Double BKB active. There's the Supernovas. They're going to lay into it, however. They have gotten the kill on the King RD, but they've also lost their Phoenixes. That's a great stun here onto Faker. He's not going to quite die yet, but they're able to easily get almost a full duration Fiend Script here before King RD's able to stop this one. Aegis is going to be reclaimed now, but I think this is already dead. BKB already expired here for Timada. They're going to prevent any sort of relocate out. Goes to Beal with an ultra kill. King RD once again denying him the rampage, as the GG will be dropped. That's already game number 1 done and dusted. The Eagle Boys try and fight there around the BKB timings. Unfortunately, they find themselves down a bit too much. Very well played here. This Team Brazil will take a 1-0 lead. Pretty exciting game, though. Again, I'm not really sure what server this game 1 was on. I have absolutely no idea. So you're just going to have to, I don't know, just check the replay or something. I have no idea what server this was on. Unfortunately, once again, I'm not quite privy to that information. But what I am privy to was seeing Team Brazil kind of just roll out of control here with this mid lane and off lane. The Sven Wisp is pretty annoying because it farms, but if you're able to undercut it with some nice tempo here, as we did see what Team Brazil do, you could quite easily dispatch of it. Unfortunately, the Night Stalker last pick, I don't think accomplished too much. Kostabil was still very, very easily able to farm in that safe lane, and his game was never threatened, right? 9-0 and 7 on this guy, with some pretty insane GPM to boot, 736 GPM. The experience as well is looking really good. I mean, we zoom into 10 minutes, really 12 minutes. Look at this, 12 minutes, he's already got the full Battle Fury with full boots and a bracer, right? That's really amazing farm here for the offlane Lifestealer. We compare this to then the farm Sven has at the same time. Just a Mask of Madness, phase boots, right? Not comparable whatsoever, as the GPM, of course, ends up being 200 higher here for Kostabil. Once that Battle Fury gets up, he also starts joining fights, and it just gets really bad from there. Very, very strong game, however, out from Team Brazil, as I can't wait to see game number 2 here between them and the Eagle Boys. You guys are watching El Movistar LPG with Seek and Strike, and we'll be back after a short break.
Next match.
Team Brasil
Versus
Ego Boys.
Acho que nós somos um time muito inconstante. Praticamente nós éramos um ótimo time 50% do tempo e outros 50% do tempo não éramos tão bons assim. E eu acho que isso deve muito a early game, e a gente teríamos que conseguir jogar mesmo por trás, ou se a gente perdesse as lanes a gente tinha que tentar virar o jogo, e parecia que só encaixasse quando a gente tinha um bom early game. E eu acho que à medida do tempo a gente tá melhorando, ainda mais com a entrada do Chilicó agora no nosso time. Vamos ficar mais constantes e estamos trabalhando para não virar o Stinkypie, como é um meme conhecido por aqui no Brasil.
Ahora la región de Brasil, no sé la verdad cómo está funcionando. Creo que sí ha tenido un poco de problemas. O sea, no me parece un equipo... O sea, normalmente veo casi todos los juegos de la mayoría de equipos, pero curiosamente nunca veo los juegos de Team Brasil, y ellos son los que ganan la anterior LPG.
Next match.
Welcome back, everyone,
Team
to
Brasil
the Movistar
versus
LatAm. Here
Ego
we are live with
Boys.
game number 2 of our
Acho que nós
matchup
somos um
between
time
Eagle
muito
Boys.
constante.
What the heck? It just switched again, brothers. I apologize. Welcome back. We're now live with our second game in this series. Eagle Boys versus Team Brazil. Apologize here for the production errors. Still just getting the run of it here. Day number 1. Quite a few things to get right on my end. So I apologize, but these will be cleaned up as we move forward, as we now have Team Brazil. This time, by the way, I did take note. It is going to be the Brazil server.
10 seconds remaining.
As we have now Eagle Boys down 1. They're going to go back to their
5
old
seconds
reliable here,
remaining.
Timalo, as well as Aretas here on the Wisp. They're going to be having their tried and true here versus Brazil, who as well are going to just kind of hit on, what are we watching, a replay? What is going on? By the way, 150 ping player is just ADR. I think last game he was on a different account. He's now on this account. I don't know why. Maybe one of them he thinks has better ping to Peru, and this one has better ping to Brazil.
10 seconds
I do not know. However, all I do know is that it's still, of course, a very similar draft. This time, finally, we see the Eagle Boys start to differ, as they will pick up the ABBA. Probably going to be in... We've seen it in the offlane position before. I think I wouldn't really mind seeing it this game. The problem is Lifestealer trades really decently against him, ABBA being a
10
strength
seconds
hero.
remaining.
It's kind of a similar issue. The good news is, though, is that you only actually...
5 seconds remaining.
No, I think he was still lifesteal, actually, if you hit him with Feast, because it's just based on your max HP. It's not really, based on the damage you do, unlike Open Wounds. So you want really, be able to lifesteal off of him with Open Wounds if he's got the Borrowed Time active, but if he has Borrowed Time active, it probably means he dispelled your Open Wounds already. So that's not good. Game number 2 here, Eagle Boys, this time probably looking for a little bit more tempo out of their mid lane. Faker did decently in his lane. Unfortunately, that's just not a match. You know, that's not a mid laner that's really going to be able to put any wind underneath the sails of your Wisp Sven, right? Wisp Sven, he doesn't need a lot of time, this guy, but he needs, like, you know, from minute 10 to 22 covered at least, right? And unfortunately, they weren't able to provide much cover against ADR rolling around in the mid lane on the Earth Spirit, kind of just rolling right over, to be honest here. We'll see here what they can get next time, as they're going to be having last pick yet again here for Team Brazil, however, is what I noticed. Of course, you guys aren't watching. These are the winner bracket matches in GSL, or the winners stages matches. So this will determine who will safely move on to playoffs. At the moment, it's looking like Team Brazil here over Teal Liquor, currently adding a really, really big impact here to this team, apparently. Back onto the Phoenix yet again for the second game. Excited to see what he can bring. Echo Boys here, last pick. That's going to be Faker on the Void Spirit, almost certainly. Which makes me think it is still going to be an offlane ABBA. And Team Brazil, I think they agree with me as well. Banning the position 4 heroes. We have some pretty decent bans out from Echo Boys in the middle lane here. Storm Spirit as well as the TA. What'll it be here for Team Brazil, though? They do need a mid laner. And other position 4s, I think it really depends on what mid you're thinking of here. They banned the Windrunner. The TA banned, of course. They just don't want to play against the Redhead. They have last pick, so let's focus, I suppose, here for Ego Boys, who they need either an off laner, position 3, or they need a position 4. I reckon they need a position 4. Once again, though, they've got a bunch of heroes that Lifestealer loves clicking on. Phoenix does a ton of damage with Sunray as well. A bit of uncontrollable damage against the Abba, though, can allow him to kind of ignore Supernova for the most part. I'll pick an Ogre then. So it is a position 4. Ogre, Abba, not bad. Once again, very tanky lineup, though, that Lifestealer is going to love clicking on people here. Void Spirit with the Axe can be incredibly deadly to this team, however, as, of course, you have really nothing to dispel it. Slardar, the only one who doesn't mind being silenced, because he can still do most of his right-click damage. Even if he's silenced, doesn't matter if he's muted, doesn't really care. He's here to just bash you with right-clicks once every 4 times, of course. He's very conservative with how much he bashes you. That's kind of his bread and butter, so he doesn't like doing it to everyone. There we go. Okay, so last pick here. You do need yourself a mid lane. Okay. You need a mid lane. Does well against Ogre. Doesn't lose to Void Spirit. Kunkka. Lesh. Yeah, the Lesh is pretty good. It's quite a popular pick here. Some unreliable, or rather undodgeable damage here. And Faker could always decide to go for the Blade Mail, which is, I think we've seen... Ooh, I forget who we've seen it do, who we've seen do. I feel like it's been... You know, this is going to be a meme because I kept calling Quinn Gunnar and Gunnar Quinn and everyone else. I've basically called everyone Gunnar. This time it's only SA team, so I really shouldn't be doing that. But I think it was Gunnar actually on the Void Spirit who would like to build this sort of blade mail into the... It wasn't quite AC, but maybe the Yasha and Kaya, or the Sanj and Kaya, something like that, on the Void Spirit, which doesn't look too bad of a build this game. Of course, against the Lesh, you're always looking to get to reflect some of that uncontrollable damage he carries. Smash as well could decide to try and build some of that as well. Not the worst item on the Abba. I think there's better ones, though, and you definitely want to dispel. Tombstone is going to be a bit of an issue here for the Ego Boys, however. Yeah, like I was saying, sorry about that, didn't mean to switch over to the ad so soon, but Tombstone is a little bit of a problem for them, to be sure, but they can still make pretty decent work of it. Smash, potentially, it's not impossible, could get 4 right clicks rather onto Costibule in a row, which would go ahead and trigger that Curse of Avernus. Again, that's not really looking too secure, and before you actually get an Ags on Void Spirit, that's the only way I could see you actually kill him. Because right now he just, I mean, unless you just permastun him, but even then it's so difficult because You have so much healing for him here by the Phoenix, by the Undying as well. But you also have, of course, some serious problems hitting Tombstone, and he lifesteals off of like basically every single one of your heroes very easily.
Prepare for battle.
So that is going to be a concern here of mine as we get underway for game number 2. Eagle Boys this time on the Radiant side of the river, as we'll see Smash actually get laned here with the Wisp. I do like this one a lot better here. Ogre and Sven for the lane. I imagine you are going to go here for Bloodlust. Probably, let's see, with no Dispels on the enemy team, though. Strength heroes, though. So I feel like you just want to go for Bloodlust. And, I don't know. Ignite kind of looks a little bit tempting this game. I think it's a little bit too risky. You just want to take Fire Blast and just look to do some nuke damage early, as that's really the only way you're going to kill a Phoenix, a Slardar even, if you don't be able to permastun and get good damage on him. He's just going to run away through the river. I think I still favor here this Team Brazil lineup, to be honest with you. I think the early team fight is going to be looking just too strong. Right now, I don't really see such a coordinated way for the Sego Boys draft here to win a fight, if I'm being honest. For Team Brazil, it looks a little bit something like drop Tombstone, drop Egg, and then you have to, Eagle Boys have to decide to get one, probably Egg, but then there's a bunch of zombies, a Lifestealer chasing you, King RD, again on the Slardar, he killed it last game, Lesh to do damage, like... They kind of, Team Brazil, they need to get entrenched in these team fights with their 2 buildings, but that's rather easy to do here on the Undying Phoenix. I'm not sure how Eagle Boys here really kick off a fight here for themselves. To me, I think they need Sven Eggs, they need Eggs on Void Spirit, and we need a lot of sustain here provided by Smash. I mean, it's doable. The issue is that it's quite item dependent, right? I mean, if we give time for Void Spirit to farm an eggs, that means Lesh is going to have an eggs, right? And Lesh eggs is really, really strong this game. Unless, of course, we have Blade Mails built against him. Phoenix will probably have what I imagine will be a Vessel at that point in the game. I think this is going to be a position for Phoenix, building Vessel quite early. Undying, his items are irrelevant, but Lifestealer is going to be able to scale nicely this game. I think he might even go for a very similar build as the last one, straight into the Battle Fury, then into Sanj and Yasha, perhaps, just for some stats to of course, amp the lifesteal. As, of course, Infamous this time connecting over to the Brazil server. We're going to having a little bit of disconnection or ping issues. Yeah, I think it's a really solid draft again from Team Brazil, though, if I'm being honest. Again, the difficulty in me arises for how do you start a fight here for Eagle Boys. You just need a lot of items. Brazil, they fight really well at basically every stage of the game. Even if you take this late, I struggle to see how Eagle Boys can really fight against this lifestealer, given an equal amount of farm. You know, if Eagle Boys, if they run away with this out of the lanes, even then they're gonna face an uphill battle because of the Lash, because of the Phoenix, because of the Undying, right? If Team Brazil are all willy-nilly with their team fights and their ultis, then no problem. Easy game for Eagle Boys, but I don't suspect that to be the case here for Team Brazil. These guys are looking for the win here, for sure. They set themselves up here quite nicely as well to achieve it. We're checking out the Russian voice lines here for everyone. Of course, this is going to be Timado on the Sven. And yeah, everyone else actually has their current pro names in. It just, except for Timado. Shout out to you, Timado. He's playing the Sven here yet again. There's a talk here. This time, actually not landing with him on the Wisp. They're going to send Zatak top lane here with the Abba. Instead, he will receive Aretes. He will receive his support here on the Ogre Magi. Faker in the mid lane, as always here. Well, not as always, but recently. One of the more recent additions here after he was moved away from Infamous. Mr. Jeans then moving away here. Team Brazil, they also make a slight change. Theo Licor now on the roster. They last played here in Realms Collide 2. I would say the most previous tournament that ended less than a week ago. They last played with Flea. So yeah, so from that video, that the pregame video, I apologize. I did mean to translate that. My Spanish to English is a lot better than my English to Spanish, so I could probably do one-way translations here quite effectively. Basically, they were saying how they're a bit happier to then be facing, or to not have Steel Liquor. I don't recall quite the word, but they were looking forward to that one. In fact, while we're still getting disconnected here, I might just queue up that video yet again. I'm not really sure if there's more to talk about here in this early game. As we still remain paused, and it's been quite a long one at that. In fact, I might just queue up that video just because there's not a whole lot else. You could see some players getting very artistic there on the minimap. So I think I will, and I will attempt to live translate it. Now, it's quite difficult to live translate, but hopefully here I can focus on. And especially because Smash in his video, as they did film him in a LAN arena, is wearing a freaking mask, and that makes it even more difficult for me to translate because I can barely hear him. There's no subtitles there. We'll see here as we might get underway. Gee, okay, we're gonna get underway here. I might translate the video here directly after, or at least attempt to. The first half is quite easy, even though it's in Portuguese because it has Spanish subtitles, and I can do that one-to-one. But when it comes to Smash speaking, I can't quite hear you, Profe. Speak up. As we'll be getting underway then. Smash is going to be laying in here with his Wisp. He's going to have a lot of regen at the very least, but again, it's against a Life Stealer who is just going to be able to eat them, you know, and he'll be pretty much good to go. Of course, Stabil cutting down his favorite two trees here as they're going to be looking to remove a lot of cover from what is like to be the Undying. They have now scouted the lanes. Honestly, I mean, I would say you go top there just so you're up against the double strength as the Undying. For now, though, there's going to be 3 here as they want to secure 2 runes, and they will be able to do so. In fact, they get a third one up top lane with Ghostabil securing the top rune versus 2. Even King Jungles here. They're actually going to get a lot of harass damage here onto Timavo. He's going to eat then a whole Fire Spirit. We do have him nearby. 8 strength missing here, no joke. 560 max HP, so they're getting plenty of damage in. Doesn't actually have the Wisp in this lane with him, but still half HP, 5 tangos. He's going to be okay. Aretes might be in a little bit more trouble immediately, as now we have the TP from King Jungles. He sees the Ignite. He goes, all right, see you later. I'm going to go top lane and steal all their strength, and here we go. Already, I think he hit both there, or at least he hit only one. Not quite sure, but straight onto his attack he goes. Smash is going to be forced to try and help out his ally. He'll do so there with the Aphotic Shield. Level 1, though, King Jungle's not really scared of that. Not even scared of the Tier 1 tower. Nearly gets the kill there onto the Wisp. 2 stick charges, but he lived with about 10 HP to go. It was a bit scary for him there, to be certain. So we can see King Jungle's continuing the aggression, just making sure that it's a pretty easy lane. As we see Faker, actually, his HP is going to take a little bit of a dip into the lesser than safe categories. Stabil here. Yeah, I mean, he might get silenced, but again, doesn't really care too much. The bonus attack speed might prove to be an issue here, but it's not like you have the Slardar on your team or anything like that. So I think he's going to be overall quite happy with the way this lane is going. Unhappy with the way this lane is going, though, is going to be Faker. It's going to be the lane domination build. He's going to be looking to boot Faker out of the lane as quickly as possible. Surprised we don't have more points in the Dissemblate, but I mean, we'll see here. Dissemblate, Resonant Pulse, they both really do help you farm. A single point in the 8th. The Remnant here as well, really, with the Resonant Pulse, allows you to get some cheeky last hits onto the range creep quite easily. So I think that's the reason why he builds that here, making sure that he can't get denied too frequently. But AD already out to a good start here. I am 3 overall, so 3 denies, despite that little combo. Bottom going a bit better than last time as well here. The Wisp not being in this bottom lane, although top, is It's not going to be able to soak up too much damage, but Aretes here nearby is just really annoying to deal with here. You can see this dumb, stupid ogre, 6 HP regen, 7 armor, does very, very well against all the physical damage that King RD is going to be looking to do to him. Second point then taken in the Icarus dive here for our Phoenix. This top lane getting bullied a bit is going to be Smash, bursting through his shield. 12 strength stolen, not a whole lot here. We don't have the second skill point yet committed. We do have enough mana for a level 1 tombstone as well, but not much more mana than that. So Undi will back off, pop the clarity, and look to regenerate a little bit. Aretes potentially in some trouble, as is Theo Licor. We've already used the Icarus dive, so first blood going the way of Timado. King RD looking for a kill in return, however. We'll find a bash, needs one more after that, and we'll get the kill in return. But first blood bonus there going to Timado, as well as the experience, so that's going to be a big win there for Eagle Boys. A good start. Where's Avo Plus? He's taking a couple days off. He is taking a few days off. For now, it's just me. It is just me. And they're going to be looking to fight here a little bit. Overcharge committed. Top lane. King Jungles, though. Double decay. Yet another one available. You can see he's forcing them to keep their spacing, but he's really happy to just go for one of them. Smash nearly dying there. Once again, 12 strength. No joke to be missing. 540 max HP here is, I mean, a whole lot, right? You can't be underestimating that. That's like, well, that's what? It's 240 HP missing, if I'm not mistaken, here at this point of the game. And they're still fighting, by the way. Onto Costa Bill they will go. They actually do a great job here to harass him out, forcing him to use some of his regen. Without the Undying nearby to heal him, it's actually a little bit dicey of a situation, as I believe we had runes be denied. I don't see anyone picking up the power rune. So yeah, it looks like the rune was denied by someone. It's an interesting decision. I wonder who denied it. It must have been ADR denying it or something. ADR mid lane is still doing pretty nicely here, though. 21-3, though. He's starting to fall back quite a bit, as Faker, 28-2, is going to be actually really happy with his performance. And I got to say, I'm actually really impressed with how well he's doing here. Timado, is he going to actually throw the Storm Bolt? Not quite yet. It will turn a little bit onto Aretes with the War Cry, though, giving him a little bit of bonus move speed. He might be safe. Icarus dive to slow him for a bit more burning damage, but he will be A-okay for now. He's not going to be able to contest the runes, however, so it will be, once again, 3 bounty runes for Team Brazil, as we do have King Juggles able to steal one out from the nose of our poor little Abba. Make that with a Wisp instead. 1-2-2 build here at level 5 for Lesh. She's about to put the point into the Pulse Nova. And this will allow him to actually get a little bit of tower pressure in. He already consumed all 3 sips of the bottle. He's probably going to end up running top here, or I guess bottom here, I should say, for that bounty rune to refill it and maybe push with this wagon wave. He's going to be a bit late, though, so I don't know if Faker... Yeah, Faker's going to be pretty easily able to defend this. I would really like to see them get a tower down here really early here for Team Brazil. I think that'll set them off in a good position overall. Right now, this game not at all looking like it was last game, as we see a rotation now from the supports. Faker in some trouble. They bait the DD rune, drop a tombstone, down he goes. Really, really good rotation. Now maybe we're going to see the tower drop, as we have still a little bit of healing. Yeah, I was going to say, Fortify probably going to get used here. ADR is probably going to get a Fortify in return, as it looks like they're actually going to just let the tower fall. They're not going to... Okay, there's the Fortify now committed. I'm surprised they didn't want to fortify the wave, because now there's a full creep wave. We also have Theo Licor, who's going to rotate over from the bottom lane. Level 2 only here in the Diabolic Edict, but that should be enough damage. Is Faker looking for... Oh no, King Jungles, I think he's still going to die. Sunray healing him at level 1 should be able to keep him alive, as Faker consumed both charges of the Astral Staff. Now the second TP is going to come through from Zatak. He's already a bit late. They find him with the Fire Spirits as well, but down goes the tower. A big win there for Team Brazil. They get 2 consecutive kills onto Faker. He's going to have to walk back to wherever he wants to farm. And a big kill. They get the tower as well with the first wagon. It's yet again here not looking for such a great start out of the mid lane. Thunder.P here. He is going to be not off to as raging as a start as he was the last game. Once again, though, they've really failed to put too much pressure into the safe lane. He is now level 6, so he's going to be looking to just be really annoying to smash while he doesn't yet have the borrowed time. And Rage is going to be used right as he's looking for that 4th hit. See you later, Smash, he says. He can now actually go for the open wounds. This might be a mistake up from Smash. It was a bait all along, though, as Attack's not going to show up. And we'll be able to heal him up here to a nice amount of HP. Thunder.P then down to half. So bottom lane, there's going to be a bit of a dive. We see ADR ending up rotating along with King RD, just playing nice and aggressive. They've already booted the Sven out of lane, but mid lane, Faker is going to get yet another rune stolen away from him. This time, they're not going to be able to convert it into a kill, but he sees a level 5 Phoenix here, and he's not too happy himself, really only up to level 7. Core does well to pull the creep out of the tower as well, making sure that they stay out of range, as we see Dimado trying to farm up as much as he can. He's at least able to find a couple neutral items for his team, but is overall having a difficult time, as they are starting to put a little bit more pressure onto Thunder.P, slowing down his farm. We have Dimado now overtaking him in terms of his last hits. Faker with a great gank top lane. Unfortunately, no silence means he just jumps straight into a creep, and the 2 rotations out from the supports. One of them canceling, because they really only need 1 here immediately. They've already taken the bottom tower as well, as unfortunately the attempt to apply pressure elsewhere on the map here for Eagle Boys is going to not be too successful. They've already lost mid-tier 1. They've lost their bottom tier 1 here. And Brazil, once again, with their carry in a very comfortable position, are going to continue farming away. He's not going to be at least equal to levels as your Sven is. And Sven with levels is going to be able to out-farm our Lifestealer. But Lifestealer, again, going for a really quick timing here on the Battle Fury. Oh no, Faker might be in a bad position here, as King Jungle's the only one nearby. But he will just go for the D ward real quick. That'll probably scare Faker away. Top laner Phoenix hitting right click down, as going to be forced to Icarus dive away to safety. As this and Faker, they're going to look to try and contest some of the stacks, and this would be huge actually. We have 2 Astral Steps at the ready, so ADR is not really going to be able to get too aggressive. Plus it's Mud Golems, which sucks, because of course these guys have 50% magic resist. You hate to see it if you're a magic dealer, especially if you're a Lash. So yeah, Faker is going to be able to take these a little bit more sustainably. They will kill his courier for that one though, but the tower top lane will fall, as Dimado and Smash will maybe be able to make pretty quick work of it. There's going to be the issue here is that, or I guess the saving grace, is if you do get a Curse of Avernus applied to someone, they're pretty much dead this game. Alright, I mean, you got the Sven to boost the attack speed as well, in case you needed that here to be even any more bonkers. There you go. That's how you do it. But I mean, if you do get hit 4 times by the ABBA this game, even with the overcharge applied, you kind of deserve what's coming to you. You know, no dispels, no force staffs, no nothing being built is going to be a little bit of a risky move here, as we will have a Blink Dagger for the Undying queued up. That's going to be an interesting one. This Battle Fury coming soon, but not a 12-minute Battle Fury as we saw last game. Still a quite impressively timed one, but that's going to buy more and more time here for the Sven to get off the ground. It will be just an equally fast Blink Dagger, however, which is going to be a pretty major concern. There's now the Urn finished up as well by our Wisp. Of course, the Vessel is going to be the most important point of inflection for him this game, but ADR has now finished up the Yule Scepter, so there's a Dispel for himself if he needs to get rid of the Silence. Once again, though, Lalesh, much like the Slardar, not a hero that really cares that he's silenced, so long as he's been able to cast his initial burst of spells, being basically Spurt Earth, Edict, maybe a Lightning Storm if you need a slow, and the Pulse Nova toggled on. He's pretty happy. He's not really too upset if you silence him, because once again, he just keeps getting all the magic resistance creeps. There you go, finally got through the coursers there. Physical damage here, specifically for the Mud Golems. He says, get out of here. I hate you. Stop spawning. Why did I stack you and get double Mud Golems? That's bullshit. Echo Saber completed for Dimado. So his farm, once again, is going to accelerate very, very nicely as we're looking for a brawl in the mid lane here. Brazil with their ultis. I think this is probably... No, it's actually not a max Tombstone build, which is, I guess, not too surprising. I mean, putting more than... I would at least put a second point into it before you max the Soul Rip. Personally, I can see the need for more burst healing this game, especially when you only have 1 point in Soul Rip, and that's just not going to cut it, frankly. Uh-oh. You'll Scepter, they're going to get it off. They found Faker, they double stun him up as well. He's unable to get off any of the Astral Steps in time. Next to fall will be Aretes. Couldn't really get anything off there, not even a Dissemblate, just straight into the stun he went. They drop a Tombstone, so there's no way Ego Boys want to be fighting here. Well, maybe they will, actually. They're just not willing to re-engage. Okay. Blink Dagger was ready, but everyone else just going elsewhere to farm. They felt like they were just being drawn into engagement they didn't feel like taking. Okay, so it's not like a late 11, early 12-minute Battle Fury, but it is a really, really good timing still here. A sub 13-minute Battle Fury. Now a nice big old... Oh my goodness, look at the stacks here. These are some stacks, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, look at this. It's amazing. Some really, really, really good stacks then here for Costabile is going to be the move. Farming Ancients, he does pretty decent at them just because, especially these guys who are incredibly tanky, they even have the passive, which increases the health. That's to try and make it more difficult to actually farm. Really, the dragons are going to be the most annoying because they have the most armor. Mid lane, though, they will find Smash. He does have the borrowed time available. Yule Scepter at the ready. They basically heal him back up to full. By the time he comes down, though, they have plenty of damage to kill him. They just need to find a bash here, and they'll be able to catch him. Phase Boot's now deactivated. It means they're going to find him quite easily there with the Lightning Storm. Our Sven, though, is making fantastic progress towards the BKB hover. He's still the richest in the game. They're going to be looking to try and shut down a bit of his farm, as they will find Zatok. He can tether to his ally, but that would betray his position. Can't even do that as he's stunned for so long. Finally will get the tether over to the creep wave. My goodness! That Wisp was on like a 3rd HP and got one shot by the bash as well as the amplified damage. Holy moly, 350 HP down there. See ya later, Wisp. Yeah, but this game going much, much better for the Ego Boys. As again, once again, the BKB nearly completed. We have the good farming items here on our Sven. But once again, Costabile, his farm is also pretty ridiculous. Nearly has the full Sange up after the Battle Fury. And he's going to just say hello to Smash, walk right by him. Smash actually will be going for the Blade Mail. Do we have a Blade Mail here? No, Yule Scepter first for Faker, which I could understand as well this game. I think that's not a bad item. It's a good way to counter the Yule Scepter build here on the Lush. You can also use it, of course, to set up for almost a guaranteed Aether Remnant onto the Lifestealer. There's still a possibility, and there's still a good chance you can actually get a Rage, however, as I did this with the 2x multicast on a King RD is going to make him work for this skill, but not very much. He's still going to die there to one last right-click. Faker. Oh, nice job here. He does get to dissemblate off this time. That should allow him to TP away. They will scout him, but they're not going to have a bash for him in time. Or at least weren't able to find him. Top lane, Costabile is going to say hello to Timado as they both look to farm here. Timado, once again, not too confident in farming or in fighting against him, but, you know, also doesn't care really too much for him at this point in the game. Not a whole lot of damage for Costabile. It's mostly farming. He does care, however, about King RD. They have a relocate if they need to get him out as well, but right now they want to fight. Look at the damage as well. The God Strength active, and the Mask of Madness, they nearly have it. They find Faker. Elsewhere, there's King RD. He has to blink in another 3 seconds. If he can just avoid some damage, the Wisp will reset that, but with the Guardian Sprint, he's going to be a bit too fast. So they will go ahead and desist that chase. Top lane, though, they are going to be rotating enemies over top lane. They're going to think better of it after losing vision. Right now, their Lifestealer doesn't really want to fight. They have to TP home King RD as well. So there goes the Initiator. So they're just going to go elsewhere. Instead, they're really happy to get the kill onto Faker. Just straight into the stun this time. He's unable to get off the Dissemblate. Esos gringos no saben dónde castear. Ya está muerto el Dota de NA y vienen a castear en SA. Are you saying that SA Dota is dead? I don't understand. Smash in trouble, has the Blade Mail active. They really don't care about him, however. Blade Mail now expiring. New Scepter right into the Supernova, though. They still have a Tombstone to be dropped, and actually it's already down as well. There's the bash onto Aretes. They're trying to heal him up to full. He's the only one to get stunned by the Supernova, but he's the only one left behind. Faker now jumping on in here to King RD. Nope, he's going to go right on back. This will heal him right on back up to full. The sustain is definitely very high this game, as someone has pointed out. Sustain as well, now amped further by the Sanj. It's going to increase his life steal and HP resist, and status resist, of course. It's already got level 4 Feast, so that's what the attack speed's now tied to. So, of course, you're going to max that one. That's not Axel the player, is it? That's just a guy named Axel Allison. So, let me transition back to everyone's vision here. I would be sad if that was Axel the player. Hopefully he would at least know that I know how to pronounce his name better. You know what's funny about that comment is I don't even live in NA anymore. I live in frickin' C. Could you imagine? I'll give us 6 a.m. to cast this game, and this guy says that in my chat. He calls me a gringo. Doesn't he know that I'm also Mexican? With some bullshit. Mid lane, Smash continuing to farm. He's going to be looking for the Medallion of Courage, trying to amp up his Sven's damage. And as our Sven now has finished up the BKB, just going straight into more damage, speaking of what, into the Crystallis for him. Might be going for a Daedalus in a little bit here, but still only the one blade mail. I'd like to see more, but Void Spirit, he definitely wants the Ags. Tombstone drop. They're going to be willing to fight right on top of it. This Supernova a little bit defensively, but they saw actually the Sven coming in. They can't even defend that egg in time. It's only a level 1 Supernova, so down it goes very, very quickly. Tombstone now dealt with as Void Spirit, though. He's getting mashed down. ADR has the Aghanim Scepter fully completed, so instead they have to turn on a King RD before the reload brings them out. Smash going to be the one left behind. They already used the borrowed time here on him as he was able to get off plenty of shields. Unfortunately, they only actually get the Phoenix. They get the Tombstone, which is another 200 gold. That's going to be at least a nice little penny in their pocket, but they're set to lose another Roche here, sub 20-minute mark. That was only their second kill of the entire game as well. Ego kicked Frank for this young promise. I don't know if they kicked them, to be honest. I'm not really sure of the inner machinations of the team, to be quite honest, so it would be inappropriate of me to comment on that, but I will say that is a funny comment. I mean, Smash is good. He's 9k. He's very skilled.
Tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So far, once again, so good for Team Brazil. They counted the Sven VKB with a BKB on the Lesh, so he's able to sustain him. Next, going into the Aghanim Scepter here for Lesh, which makes it a little bit dangerous for him. We are getting closer and closer to this Aghanim Scepter here on Faker, however. Slowly but surely, of course, as he's not really had much after the Yule Scepter. And with this Yules, they will be able to finally catch themselves. King Jungles still has a Soul Rip, but he should be dying no matter what. He's actually gone for the Holy Locket this game. Okay, it's a good one. It's a good one. We'll rotate bottom, perhaps looking for a brawl. As, will we have Phoenix going for one as well? I'm not sure. Faker has the Yules, but no Aether Remnant quite yet ready. We still have a Supernova. He will be able to get it off here, actually. Up onto the Hacker, and he goes to the Beal, however, left all by himself with the Rage active, as they are going to be able to BKB away. They hop in his friend King RD. He does have the Guardian Sprint in the river in one more second. Unfortunately, he's been caught. Goes to the Beal and then popping out. That's going to be the first life already down. Sunray from the high ground as Theo Ligor looking to go down a bit lower. They will catch him with a stun, and then, you know, Yushu, they immediately purge that one off with the Aphotic Shield. Very well done. It looks like he was magic immune. That catches the Phoenix off guard. However, now they have to deal with this pesky Tombstone, and now they begin to fall in these long engagements. Even with the Sven on their own side, they're having a little bit of difficulties here actually taking these long engagements. That's kind of the problem here currently, is that the long fights, even though Sven really does like long fights, they're just getting out-tempo. There's just too much magic damage over time coming out from the Lesh and our Phoenix. Do we have a pipe? Not yet. Smash has decided that's not a good idea yet to build a pipe against the Phoenix and a Leshrac. I can't say I completely disagree with him. It's a very, very expensive item. I think the Blade Mail is a good first item as well. The Medallion is where maybe you can start to differ on that for sure, but I can't disagree too much, to be honest. Oh, Costabile is going to eat him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, though. At least force him to pop the ulti. King RD is going to blink away from that top lane. I mean, we still have Sven Wisp. I mean, look at how freaking crazy this move speed is, especially with the Bloodlust active. 483. It's no joke. It is no joke. He's about to be able to pump a lot of damage out. It's going to be a little bit scary for sure, though. Nice little stacks here. I know I sound like Suns fan. Stop saying it. I don't know if he likes it when people say that. You know, it's funny because I did an interview with Suns fan, and Suns fan actually complimented my voice. It was high praise at the time. Oh, they will find out at this. They'll blink forward though. They're looking for more. They want Sven, King RD, you madman. They're finally gonna have to settle for smash on Avitis. They barely want Avitis, trying to ignore them as long as they can, as the borrow time will be forced out. Now, Blade Mail active. King RD says, I don't give a damn, dude. I want to bash you immediately. Following him with the stun. Of course, not even able to get off a single auto attack. He will be absolutely murdered. That's, of course, Aretes then finished off in the river as Ego Boys forced to cut their losses there. 5-20, 15k net worth lead here for Brazil. As so far, such a great game here for these guys. Really can't really, you know, say too many poor things about the decision making this game. ADR again with what's looking like to be a flawless game. Same thing here for Costabile. This time he does lose the Aegis as they will claw away from him. But he now has the Basher, so he can realistically fight very easily versus a Sven at this point in the game, so long as he doesn't get engaged on first. Faker looking to jump onto him. Of course, we have the Rage just too fast here, Costabile. Very impressive timing there. Ain't the Remnant not even able to get him. And they're going to be backing off here after get the tier 1 tower. Roshan, again, is going to be at least another 3 minutes until it respawns, but for now, they're looking to try and catch Dimado. They have the vision on him thanks to the Corrosive Haze as Faker, as well as Aretes, looking to try and cut off anyone they can find. They will find ADR, but he's going to pop the BKB on the way back down and turn, getting a kill onto Aretes. King Jungles, in the meantime, eats an Aether Remnant as Sven now jumping on into this fight. ADR getting chunked by this Sven. Tombstone will be dropped. Aretes still alive, but now they're going to be looking to turn. Dimado will pop his BKB. There's a Supernova onto the back line, however, Costabile now jumping on in with the fight, with the bash, easily able to pick up the kill now onto the Sven. Costabile turning with the open wounds on a Faker as they do have a clumsy nut on someone. Smash left to do his own devices here. Can't even move because of all the zombies. They're going to turn onto him now as they also finish off Faker. Dio Licor credited with the kill there. Sunray burning him down. Oh no, the Wisp can't even escape. His TP canceled then by the Yule's Scepter, and he will be bashed to death. Another 4 kills for nothing as the GG will be forced out. Dimado's going to call it. He's the only one to survive. Actually, he's not the only one to survive. He's going to fall as well in that engagement. As it's the 2-0 win for Team Brazil. Very well played here. Such a clean series, to be honest. My goodness. We started off what was looking like an identical draft, and to be honest, it's kind of an identical game as well. I mean, they gave ADR another hero early on that relies on a lot of magic damage. This time, of course, he's got the benefit that he also does physical damage and carries a little bit more of a reliable stun in team fights. He's able to pump out incredible damage here in these early fights. I mean, Costabile as well, farming out of his goddamn mind. He's level 20 already by the time this game hits, what, 25 minutes? That's ridiculous farm. That is ridiculous. His experience per minute, 737. Flew that one like a plane, to be honest. We see Lesh as well doing, 20,000 hero damage here in this game. Very short game as well at that, you know. I mean, that's just under 1k hero damage per minute, right? That's impressive. The Licor also pumping in a fair amount. I mean, the Sven really starting to chunk people, but the sustain just too much, along with the Phoenix, right? Felix with the Vessel, which they're using quite aggressively. That negates a whole lot of your dealing from the Wisp, right? Because you can't really expect to get a Vessel onto the Sven this game because of course they have the aphotic shield, and he's got BKB to dispel it. But if you get it onto the Wisp, they're going to be a little less willing to actually use an aphotic shield onto Wisp to dispel it. It's important, but it's also important that you save the aphotic shield to make sure you can dispel a stun, to make sure you can dispel fire spirits, to make sure you can dispel a corrosive haze. There's just too many things you needed to dispel, and Wisp was always back in line here. You can see his hero healing only 5,000, which is pretty low for a Wisp game, to be honest, especially when you do have the mechanism up. But I mean, it's not too surprising considering the way that they countered you very, very hard. Very, very tough game here. Tough game for the Ego Boys, and unfortunately, they will go down 5-24. Everyone go ahead and... I mean, I wouldn't recommend you spoil a Gorko, but if you're going to do it, you can go ahead and do it, I suppose. But a tough game here for the Ego Boys as they will fall into Team Brazil. But two very great games from Brazil. Really, really great drafts. Great performance out of ADR, both games. Definitely carrying them out of the mid-game. Out of the early mid-game here. Transition is what I'll say. And Cosiville with just insane farm both games. I mean, he outfarmed Sven both times. That's impressive. He outsfarmed Sven Io both times. Really, really big shout out, of course, to King Jungles, who was the master stacker. I think that's really important to point out here. Where do you see stacks? Yeah, 12 stacks this game. That's incredible, compared to the only 3 with the team on the Sven on. I mean, these supports were tied up doing other things on the map, so that makes a lot of sense. However, it's still a really impressive feat nonetheless. Really, really strong game here from Brazil, and they're really starting to click here. 2-0 win over the Ego Boys. I believe they started off their tournament as well with a 2-0 win over Team Unknown. Indeed, they did, so they will be guaranteed top seed, and they will be moving on into the playoffs. So congratulations to these guys, as it will be then in the deciding match, Ego Boys relegated to that one. Do stick around, guys. We're going to have one more match coming up here in just a bit. We did finish relatively early. I don't know if there's an accelerated schedule or not. So we're either going to be back in an hour and 15 minutes, or we're going to be back in closer to 15 to 30 minutes. Either way, we're going to be going to a short break. Thank you guys for tuning in as you guys are watching the Movistar LPG coverage with Season Strike Dota. We'll be back after a short break.
Next match.
Hokori
Versus
Thunder Predator.
Hola, soy Soka de Hokori. Vamos a reemplazar a Infamous en la Final Series de la Movistar. Creo que va a ser un reto muy emocionante, ya que Infamous es un gran equipo. Lamentablemente se bajó y eso nos da la chance de poder demostrar de qué estamos hechos. Esperamos dar buenos resultados en la Final Series. El equipo está pasando por varios cambios y aún necesitamos adaptarnos. Pero creo que podemos sacar muy buenos resultados. Creo que todos en el equipo esperan mucho de sí mismos. Estamos muy concentrados a poder dar la talla en las regionales y sobre todo en este torneo que es muy importante para nosotros.
En este último torneo que hemos estado, todos han jugado muy bien y creo que no podría decir que uno está más fuerte que el otro, ¿no? Porque sería minimizarlo, solo que vamos a jugar con todo contra cualquiera. Tenemos que ganarla, demostrar que podemos ser mejores. Igual vamos a seguir practicando y con todo, darle con todo para poder ganar.
Hokori
versus
Thunder Predator.
Hola, soy Soka de Hokori. Vamos a reemplazar a Infamous en la Final Series de la Movistar. Creo que va a ser un reto muy emocionante, ya que Infamous es un gran equipo. Lamentablemente se bajó y eso nos da la chance de poder demostrar de qué estamos hechos. Esperamos dar buenos resultados en la Final Series. El equipo está pasando por varios cambios y aún necesitamos adaptarnos. Pero creo que podemos sacar muy buenos resultados. Creo que todos en el equipo esperan mucho de sí mismos. Estamos muy concentrados a poder dar la talla en las regionales y sobre todo en este torneo que es muy importante para nosotros.
En este último torneo que hemos estado, todos han jugado muy bien y creo que no podría decir que uno está más fuerte que el otro, ¿no? Porque sería minimizarlo, solo que vamos a jugar con todo contra cualquiera. Tenemos que ganarla, demostrar que podemos ser mejores. Igual vamos a seguir practicando y con todo, darle con todo para poder ganar.
5 seconds remaining.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Movistar LPG, our final series now. We are in. We do have our replacement for Team Infamous in the winners stage here as well. It's going to be Hokari versus Thunder Predator. It is going to be quite the matchup here for Hokari, of course, but who knows? They do seem capable of it, as they did actually defeat Omega Gaming, a team that has been rather on the up and up, definitely more recently. So some really impressive stuff out from these guys, and yeah, a new roster, at least a new roster to me, I should say. So it should be really, really exciting to see this match now get underway, as we will now be seeing the first opening picks for both teams. Of course, Thunder Predator, no significant changes here. Yeah, they're still the same. Let me just double check to make sure I do not make a fool of myself live on air. They are now playing with Sladin as well. Interesting. Minos has fully updated his name to apparently Kotaro Hayama, which has got to be from an anime, I'm sure. But yeah, they're back with Sladin then. Leo Styles is in the mid lane, Sacred in the off lane, the newest addition here, and Wu in the position 5 role. Yeah, so the only thing that has since changed is going to be Matthew, who used to be the position 4. He's going to take a break until the DPC restarts, so Slavin is joining the team as a stand-in, effective from the 7th of September. So that's going to be the most recent change here. So Slavin now on the team as a stand-in. La Mirana Boliviana here is going to be making an appearance then, as of course Slavin from Ecuador. I apologize. I am completely incorrect. I'm a fool and I apologize. I apologize. I saw yellow on the flag and I became a fool. I do apologize sincerely to our Ecuadorian fans.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, it's going to be a big matchup here between the two. Thunder Predator looking like they want to get on into the final series. Hokari, they are going to be replacing Infamous, and unfortunately, I cannot live translate. For some reason, my monitoring source is not working here, so I can't be able to listen to exactly what the words, what the players are saying. But basically, it was very exciting to be. They're very excited. They recognize that Infamous is a very strong team heading into this, but they're very excited and looking forward to what they can prove along with this difficult journey can be. They know that they face a lot of difficult teams, but they're looking forward to what they can prove and how strong that they can prove themselves to be. So really excited to see this Hokari roster, especially against as strong as a team here as Thunder Predator. Hisoka is going to be the carry. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of players I've, to be honest, recall casting. Near Vitali here, Moonlight, and Gardic as well is going to be running up our roster. It's going to be a bit difficult for me, but I'm going to try and make sure I have the team roster open. All right, so let's take a look at that now. Now that we have our drafts set, I do have our two sorry, now that we have our draft started and our teams set, and we'll take a look at what two teams are going to be going in heading into battle. The Mirana versus our Mars, or with our Mars. It's going to be quite an annoying lane. Mirana is such a strong position for right now. It's basically free MMR. I'm not going to lie. As we have Hokari, then with the Winter Wyvern Slardar. Could be a way, safe lane Wyvern, but good way to counter-initiate, good way to stop you know, Magic Immune targets from TPing away. It is going to be a little bit more difficult for them to actually deal with the Wyvern here. Slardar, of course, a very excellent offlaner, excels in most standard melee offlanes. You do set yourself up for the possibility of a Drow or a Troll. Of course, Hokari, they recognize this, and they're going to ban those straight away. They also, I like their bans actually quite a bit. They're also banning out the Beastmaster Wisp. Two heroes that do particularly well, not really two heroes together, but do particularly well against their lane that they already see, right? The Wisp just providing constant regen, actually some auto attacks as well. That damage does ramp up against the damage over time that Winter Wyvern does, right? Not really known for her burst damage. You're not really, in a pro game, you're not going to be surprised at anyone with Splinter Blast, you know, and they're going to see that one coming. With the Slardar, maybe a little bit more likely for you to get surprised by that one, but even then the Wisp is always going to be in a position, having a wand, some sort of regen to make sure that they're not just, you know, losing heroes for free. So, Hokari up to draft. Kunkka going to be the last ban then for the Leo-style Kunkka. There's a lot of mid still in the pool, though. I probably wouldn't pick a mid here with last pick. But I wouldn't mind seeing at least okay, they are going to pick a mid, actually. I don't mind it, to be honest. As I say, you do have a last pick, but they seem to be quite confident here. And good for them. Picking a mid right now versus a team as well known as Thunder Predator here. They've got 3 picks to maybe, you know, regret that decision here. But I suspect they're going to be pretty happy with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Hokari is going to be mostly a Peruvian squad here, with the exception of Moonlight, who is going to be the Chilean player and the sole Chilean player actually in this tournament. So got a nice little representatives from plenty of countries here. A few Bolivians, of course, with Omega. Lots of Peruvians, lots of Brazilians. Wiz, the Argentinian. We have, of course, Tanzania, Ecuador. Yeah, it should be really fun.
5 seconds remaining.
As the ET will be picked up here. Okay, tanky hero tends to try and win your safe lane unless you bring a Dispel. We could still potentially draft one, to be honest, for Hokari. That's the concern I have here. I mean, it's not going to be a core ET, I'm sure, but you could very well go for something like an Enchantress here. It's not the worst pick in the world. The Mars kind of just eats her for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is your main concern. But honestly, I wouldn't be too upset. It does set up your safe laner to be potentially very weak, though, is my concern when you pick an Ench, because she doesn't really bring a whole lot of save to the table. The healing is nice, but it's very situational. Yeah, so they're just going to pick the Sven here. That's a safe pick here. It's a safe pick. Does well against the ET. Can fly out of the arena if he decides to build Ags. Hisoko is going to be their big guy here for Hokari. So it's important that you get him the matchup that you're looking for.
10 seconds.
And right now he wants a Sven, so he's going to get a Sven. They've got decent damage amp as well with the Slardar. Wyvern Curse with a good one can definitely set up for a Split Earth and a Sven Bolt to follow up on. And Thunder here, they're going to have to decide what they want to go for here. No room for supports, so we're likely to see a core, almost guaranteed, unless it's a safe lane ET, which I would be surprised by. And it's not, as they're going to go ahead and counter with the Spectre. Sven, not too terrible, not too great, just all right against the Spectre. Kind of depends more on the team play, I would say. and the decisions in team fighting. Of course, with the Spectre, it's a lot easier to join team fights on a whim. It's a bit more forgiving in that regard, whereas Sven doesn't really have that amount of flexibility, the same amount of flexibility, I should say, as the Spectre does with Haunt. Spectre, of course, can just kind of farm whenever she has Haunt ready, farm as far away from the team as she likes. As soon as the fight's breaking out, just go ahead and Haunts right in, and bada bing, bada boom, you are there. She can kill Wyvern pretty easily as well, even through a Cold Embrace, so there's really no great saves here. The Slardar does decently against her, at least, with the Corrosive Haze, always allowing you to know what the real one is, forcing the Manta style a little bit early. Crush, though, is always going to be really nice. Lash tends to kill himself on the Spectre as well, as Blade Mail, of course, is the new norm. It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary for sure. Last two bans, DP Monkey makes me think they're going to pick a vulnerable mid laner, maybe like the Templar Assassin. These two heroes do very well against her. Last pick, though, the Bat Rider's not banned, so I'd be surprised if it was a TA, because you can always just counter really hard with the Bat and then probably win the game. They're going to ban the Ember, though. Another hero quite vulnerable to silences, vulnerable to the Monkey King. Thunder, though, they want the Void Spirit. That's all I was going to say. That's the other spirit that comes to mind. Storm still in the pool if you want to go for it. Whoa, actually, you need yourself. Interesting. So they suspect it's a Lesh support. So did I, for some reason. I thought it was a Lush 5. It could still be a Slardar 5, Lesh offlane, and then you pick a mid laner. It could be a Slardar 3, Lesh 5, and you pick a mid. It could be a Lesh mid, Slardar 5. Yeah, okay, they want Storm. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be a Storm for some reason. It just seems like a good pick this game. It can leave the arena. You don't really care for that. The Lesh is always going to be a little bit in a bit of a spooky position here. So it's a position 4 Leshrac, Gardic, the position 5 player, Vitali on the Slardar in the offlane position, Hisoka, safe lane Sven, and that is going to be near the Storm Spirit mid lane versus Leo Style, who's got a quite a tough opponent here. If not one of the strongest mid laners in this entire tournament, I'm not going to lie. Faker's got to be up there, but Leo Style definitely is very strong as well. These two teams, Eagle Boys and the Thunder Predator lineup, coming through the closed qualifiers for this tournament, had to fight their way in. The rest of the teams, with the exception of Beast Coast, who was a direct invite, who earned their place through different sort of victory conditions here. Yeah, I gotta say, though, Leo Style is going to be one of the strongest mid laners here. Chris Luck up there, ADR up there for sure. These guys can go head-to-head. Dark Mago, Faker, no Wimpsy, though. Robosetta as well pops off on certain heroes. Nier, I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table, though. Very, very exciting indeed. These are the MLPG's Season 6 Division 1 invites, as they were technically not the winners of that league, as it was Infamous, but they are going to replace Infamous, who withdrew from this tournament. So we'll be getting underway here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Should be a pretty fun match. Abhinav feeds the producer in the basement, so I hope you take mercy on him and give him some food. I gave him my dirty plates the other day, so usually that's enough sustenance for him to live a little bit longer, you know?
Such a limited imagination. Rest easy, child.
So we'll be getting underway then. This is going to be exciting. Like I said, I really can't wait to see new games here. Or rather, a new team I've not yet seen. If he builds Ag, referring to the Sven, yeah, sometimes you don't always see him build Ags. We didn't see it last series, and it didn't work out too well for the side of Eagle Boys. There was definitely other things going wrong there. I don't know what this is. As we'll be getting underway. You know, it's a pretty standard item for sure on the Sven, but there are some cases where you just simply can't afford to go for it. Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, BKB is much more of the norm this game. I feel like you're gonna need yourself a full Shadowblade Silver Edge after the BKB to probably deal with the Spectre at that point, because no one else really deals with her too well. The Lesh simply can't afford to do so, even if he was a mid lane Lesh, and it's not. It's a support Lesh, so it's gonna give you some good control, really, really great tower push, and quite, pardon me, a deadly bottom lane. He's gonna go for Splitter at level 1. Might be the Crush, might be the Bash. Either way, I don't mind. Probably going to see a single point put into the Lightning Storm. The movement slow of only 0.4 seconds. It kind of sucks, to be honest. But that might be enough for you to set up a Split Earth after you get a Bash in, you know. And that could be incredibly deadly here to Minos. who is back to Minos. He's not back to Kotaro. He's back to Minos here. He changes it from day to day. In case you're not familiar, this is Thunder Predator on the left. For some reason, their logo not showing up. We have Wu here on the position 4. Make that position 5. Slide in position 4. He's going to be standing in as they have Matthew taking a break until the DPC resumes. Leo Style back into the mid lane. Spectre, Minos onto the safe lane, also known as Kotaro maybe. And Sacred, their newest addition to the team in the offlane. Well, the newest permanent addition to the team. I'm not sure if Sladian is permanently going to be here. I suspect Matthew will come back. This is a roster that's been together for a while, with the exception of Sacred, of course, but I'd expect them to try and stick with it here a bit longer. They looked really strong overall. They did end up losing to Infamous in the lower bracket finals in Realms Collide 2. Of course, with Matthew on the team, so that's Sladian, but again, should expect him to have a good performance here nonetheless. And we'll be getting underway. Really excited to see this mid lane matchup for sure, though. Leo Style versus Nier. Quite a little bit of a newer matchup for me, as we have the Elder Titan Spirit running all the way home, looking to collect as many camps as he can. Unfortunately, the creeps don't actually spawn, or rather the jungle creeps don't respawn until minute 1. He does get 75 damage, though. That's no joke. And that is going to allow him to trade a little bit more efficiently here with Vitali. But Moonlight here, making it a 2v1, is going to dissuade from that here just a bit. Yeah. This is going to be good until Vitali gets level 2, and then it's going to start to change a little bit. He's not going to really want to be doing that anymore. But with the Spectral Dagger onto Moonlight, he's going to be able to get at least a few auto attacks in, introduce him to the staple gun of Wu. Mid lane, so far so good for Leo Style, 7-1 compared to the 5-0 of Nier, but it's now level 2 here for Storm. He's got the Overload ready to go, and he should be off and away here to a little bit of a better start here. Gadovic is doing what he can. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a sort of document that gives me the player's name, so I'm not sure. I only have Gadovic. He doesn't really have a Wikipedia page, and it's a bit harder for me to say, so hopefully I'm not butchering that name. I would sincerely apologize. Minos might be dead here for first blood. Astral Spirit down, but they have another bash. Vitali with the kill. Minos, or sorry, make that Wu, does not really want to be trading here too much, as they're going to land another bash here onto him. Split Earth will connect, and that's a double kill in this bottom lane to start this one off for Okadi. Very nicely done. That'll make probably Thunder Predators sit up in their chairs a little bit here, make sure that they're giving this lane the respect it deserves. It's a very quite deadly lane here. Again, I would really like to see more points, however, into the Edict, just so you can really start piling on the pressure here as soon as you have the position 4 Lesh rotating around. As soon as you can, that is. Lane's gonna get pulled as the Astral Spirit doing its thing, running around, having a fun time. Level 3 combo here onto Leo. He's gonna eat that very efficiently. Nice job from Nier. Might be able to even get a cheeky kill. He's gonna force out at least a little bit of more regen, and without any more mana here for Storm, Leo is going to be in decent control. We have another, I think that's the bottle actually coming the way. They have caught him here with the 8th Remnant. He could be in trouble. Tango consumed, as is a Mango eaten by the side of Leo, but he doesn't have another Resonant Pulse quite yet ready. Nier, you're going to live for now. Nearly overstepping his boundaries, however, is Ahsoka getting thrown back by the trees. Sacred then going to eat a little bit of the Arctic Burn damage, but there's the bottle delivered now for our Storm. So he's going to put himself in a decent position here. Likely to be calling for minute 4 rotations for both of the supports here on both teams. Is this mid lane matchup still quite about even? It's really even. Is it Hisoki? I thought it was Hisoka. Like Ahsoka. It is Hisoka. Is it Hisoki? If you could please correct me. I'm unfamiliar with this player. I would appreciate it. I want to make sure I'm calling him by his preferred name, of course.
Thanks be with you.
Again, I think we'll just keep our eyes on mid for now. Bottom could always pop off, but we're a little bit lower on mana. So we'll see here, as I think they're actually popping off right now. And the river goes Wu. He's going to be forced away. And that should secure, at least if the rune spawns bottom here, for Okadi. It will spawn top. Slothin's going to make note of this DD rune. Has a bottle, actually. I think this is Mars's bottle. It should be with his amount of net worth. You can basically spawn with these items. So, yep, Bracer now on the way with 23 last hits. That's almost guaranteed to be his bottle. Of course, Leo's going to need that bottle primarily with the DD rune. Then this should put the Fear of God here in the Storm Spirit. They will get a kill down bottom. Vitali then going for one more, and Minos is going to live for now. But nice kill down there. to make that lane even more deadly and easier here as it gets as the game continues. 5-minute mark here pretty soon, so Nier is just going to go ahead and back off and prepare for that. Maybe farm the easy camp here in the meantime. He's going to be really looking for level 6 as soon as possible. He is currently getting out CS'd, 5 denies compared to 0 denies, so Leo off to a really good start. With the DD run, he's going to be able to nuke the wave, secure that level 6, so we're not going to really be seeing Nier back in this wave, back in this lane. Too excited here. With the spirit buff, ET's a bit too fast, even in the river here for Slavin, for Vitaly rather, to catch up to. Makes that one pretty easy. Storm needs to eat another tree. Needs to be careful here. Once again, only level 5 here to the 6. Needs this last hit onto the range creep. Nice read by Leo. He's not going to overcommit for that. One ball lightning. It's a bit hard from full HP, but it's always a bit dangerous here. Resonant Pulse level 3, blocking all the auto attack damage, but not the overload damage, of course, because that's magical. And it's going to go through the Resonant Pulse shield. And they go now. Shield actually ended. He's going to resummon another one. Near 2 sips of the bottle remain. Has Leo well within killing range, but of course the 2 astral steps and level 1 ball lightning, you really do telegraph when you're about to jump. Nice shot by Leo, playing this very clean here. 1 bottle charge here. He wants to try and bait Nier out if he can, because he can always astral step first. As soon as he loses vision, he's out of there immediately. Bottom lane, Wu getting ran down by Vitaly will end up dying. Minos is just going to throw in a little bit of a stun, as they are going to now look to escape. We have another astral step yet ready to be used. Stick charges to be able to grant that one. Slide in top lane with an arrow at the ready here. Has Moonlight nearby, though, as the courier will die. Also rotating over from top will be Gardic. Can't really do too much, but he's at least going to be able to force the Marana away. Leo, though, with a haste rune and 2 more sips of the bottle is going to be nice and healthy. Places down a little sneaky ward. He's going to have Wu TP mid to refill the bottle, and all of a sudden, boom, in some trouble is going to be Nier. They have the Astral Spirit at the ready, as well with the Natural Order level 1. Nier has Ball Lightning, not too much mana though, so he's not going to be able to run far. Unfortunately, he will end up dropping. Very, very good rotation there from Thunder Predator. That was nicely played in the mid lane. That's important. We've been just sticking mid here for quite a long time, to be honest, because, well, they're just kind of farming top lane. Already in the jungle is Ahsoka. He's got the Mask of Madness. Next, going to the boots and the Echo Saber. Again, very standard build here. Moonlight's been rotating quite a bit, but they have been getting kills here onto Wu quite consecutively. 3 kills already here for our off-lane Slardar. So Vitaly up to a very, very good start. Wu, perhaps in some trouble, as Nier making the first rotation here out of the mid lane. Will get pinned to the walls, however, into an Echo Stomp, into just plenty of damage. They're going to get that kill. Moonlight will get the kill in return, but that's going to be now our Storm Spirit without a TP, who's probably hoping to rotate through the jungle or be able to apply some pressure top lane. Hisoka, though, not wasting anything, is going to be right into the mid lane. Got strength at the ready to make sure he can get nice and farmed. Sacred as well, though, off to a pretty fantastic start, all things considered. He is going to be able to get some decent farming. It's looking for a kill. Ends up using 2 leaps as the tree is not existing there any longer. Vitaly now making the rotation over Gardic with the Arctic Burn, able to easily outmaneuver that arrow, and he is off and away to safety then for now. Slalin overcommitting a little bit for that one. The arrow not connecting, and he will be thoroughly juked. Hisoka already farming Ancients here, though, and almost has the full Echo Saber just a little bit further away. Once again, did not opt for the boots quite yet, though, so this is going to be a naked Mask of Madness, naked Echo Saber. I'm not completely against it. And see, he is into the jungle incredibly early on. He's got really good levels, and at this rate should be out farming the Spectre as well, as nearly taking another death there. Echo Stomp is going to miss. They did actually start the channel, so that is going to cancel it. There's actually a channel time as well as a cast animation. Spirit will be running then back into the mid lane. They know Wu's nearby. He's got a lot of damage stolen here right now. In fact, plus 61. They need to be careful. Moonlight likely to die. Nier might go down as well. Echo Stomp yet again is going to miss out from Wu. Perhaps his first ET game in a little bit. No, I'm just kidding, of course, but this is not going to save the life of Gardic. Now he goes. Wu potentially in some trouble as Vitaly rotating on through. We have now the Haunt. That might be for our Sven. Not really sure who it's for. Minos just haunting in just in case he can get something done. Not going to be able to do so as Sacred then will rotate to the mid-tier 1 tower. Drop the Arena of Blood. That should be a kill. Vitaly down for the count. 4 times kill streak then given over to Slavin as the TP out from the Leshrac will be cancelled.
Dire's structures are fortified.
going to be the near in the mid lane, returning. Has now brown boots, but is going to be pretty out-farmed here in terms of where he's at. He's actually going to be the poorest, more poor for a second there than his Leshrac, having a really tough time in this mid lane. Yeah, I need to get some stacks from right now. Currently set like they're putting everything in the Sven bucket as Wu, well, he's going to be put into the Sven kill bucket here. They need one more, a little bit of right clicks, and they're going to find it there. That'll be then 2 bounties secured. Leo Style, though, a very serious threat to ganks. And here we go. Here's the Leo Style build. He's going to be going for the Blade Mail here. Once again, very effective against the Leshrac. It is going to be pretty darn effective at reflecting all that damage. He's going to be taking quite a bit of that to be certain. Sacred making really, really good progress here on the Blink Dagger. Is going to be getting out-farmed pretty significantly, though, by Vitaly. You can see they got pretty similar items at this pace of the game here, but another 500 gold on the Slardar. In fact, it's almost exact same items. Almost. The difference is going to be power treads to phase boots. And I believe that's literally it. Everyone, they're just having things in different slots. We have a little bit more regen as well. That's quite amazing, though. I've never seen almost a one-to-one matchup like that, where the farm discrepancy is so clearly seen. Leo with a regen rune, though, is going to be just ready to go back in again. So he's going to go ahead and cancel that one. So screw your mana regeneration. Sacred rotating through the jungle. He's looking for stacks, but it's not a mid lane lash, so there's not going to be too many of them for him. Our Storm Spirit is trying his best to recover here. Does okay, but all the stacks right now going the way of Sven. So Thunder Predator, they know this, and they're going to be willing to stick around and fight here, as we don't even have the power treads yet ready for our Storm Spirit. Really, really having a difficult time here. Now they're going to be coming on the way. Robo the Magi, of course, you can build that with any 3 of the 450 gold items. Band of Elven Skin. You can build it with Power or Gloves of Haste, or you can build it with the Robe of the Magi. Any of those 3, those will do. Leo going to make quick work of this tier 1 tower. That's going to be the second. Make that the 3rd tower to follow this game. We have the mid. Top tier 1 for the Dire, and as well as Thunder Predator's safe lane tower has been taken out. So map control still going to be in favor here of Thunder Predator. Makes it a little bit of a dicey position, of course, when you have a Storm Spirit that is just out-farmed to this degree here, as he's going to be looking for his power treads. With an Arcane Rune, they can always look to turn, but Arcane Rune and level 1 Bot Lightning sucks. Arcane Rune level 2 Bot Lightning, a lot better there, as Vitaly showing off the Blink Dagger, stunning onto 2, but Leo Style is just getting very aggressive. The Arena only catching the position 4 with Lash, and to be honest, you're not too happy with that. You're not too unhappy with that. They can't really contest Ancients here. They will put Ahsoka to sleep, so maybe now they want to contest Ancients. Vitaly with another Blink Dagger at the ready. Should force away Leo Style. In fact, he's going to land a stun onto 2. Leo, though, popping the Blade Mail. Makes Ahsoka not want to fight and jump in, but Minos looking for a fight. First splitter incoming. Will not connect onto anyone. Instead, it's going to be Sacred taking a bit of damage. Stunned up and killed. They will get the kill at least onto Gardic to start this one off, as Wu looking for damage nearby. It's going to be near, as he will reflect himself just to death on the likes of Minos. Leo didn't even have his Blade Mail yet at the ready. That's going to turn into a 4-mana wipe, as Leo will close that one off with a kill onto Ahsoka, and in the 3 times killing spree. They did lose their off lane and the position 5, but honestly, 2 trades they're quite happy to lose here at Thunder Predator, and they even get Minos involved now at the tail end. He's going to actually be going back for the Radiance this game. He's going to be not deciding for a Manta Style after the Blade Mail into the boots. So double Blade Mail for now, and then here it is, the Sanj and Kaya. This is Leo's build. I was talking about this last game when we saw the Ego Boys play the Void Spirit mid lane against the mid lane of Leshrac. I thought maybe this was going to be the build we were going to see. It is not. You don't lose the Overload, by the way, if you miss the attack. Little known fact. Actually, it's not that little known. If you played Storm Spirit, you probably know that. Would you look at that? There is totally a blue AoE around Sentry Wards. I had no idea that was a thing. Huh. That's incredible. I didn't really know that was a thing. There's a Reddit post that pointed it out. But I never even knew. Kaya, then it looks like Bloodstone is the idea for our Storm Spirit. I could see it, but the problem is you're so under-farmed right now. Now even Slavian out-farming you, which, again, on the Marana is just all you have to do is arrow a creep every single time it's up. You get the XP, you get the gold, you don't even have to stop and farm it. It's only 100 mana. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, this hero. Yeah, look. What the heck? When did they add this into the game? Also, why are these AoEs so much bigger? It is so blue here. Yule Scepter and Ipin. They have an arrow to follow up. They have way more damage than they need there for Vitaly. He is now dead. Caught farming, not too bad of a position, I'm going to be honest. But again, this is just what the map control allows you to do. Really, this entire kind of scoop, they have this sort of enclave of land that they can sort of just claim. They're going to be a TPing away. I don't want to put too much pressure there top lane. 3 points into the Edict, though. Could have gotten some serious damage in, but they're scared of the unknown, and rightfully so. This game could really, really start to get out of their control here really, really quickly. Now Thunder Predator are going to start to cook with a bit of gas. Look at how blue it is. Oh my god, he's so right. That red post is right, everyone. Earth Splitter here into Gardic. That'll be more than enough to nuke him down. Leo Sao getting the kill, though. Top lane, we do have a gank opportunity here onto Nier. They're going to find him with the spear. Minos is going to roll haunt here, and that's going to be the kill then. Really striking some fear into Nier. He will be located and pinned to the tree nearly instantly. Look at how distracting this is. Why is it so blue over here? I can't... When did they add this? I can't not notice it anymore. This is incredible. Like, this one is so tame. This one is so tame. And then these are like, oh, I'm a sentry wards. Oh my lord. All right, Vitaly getting pinned back into trouble. They're going to miss the Aether Rune and Yule Scepter into Era. However, oh, nice job there, interrupting it. However, with the Curse of Avernus, a bash as well on the way out. Trying to counter-initiate is going to be safe. There's another arena. That's going to allow Leo to go to natural step out. Getting healed is going to be Vitaly. They don't have nearly enough magic damage to nuke him down quite yet, but he's going to come out of the heal, get another bash off. He's trying to run for his life, but unfortunately slotted in there. But the bonus attack speed you get from Leap at level 1, because the hero is balanced, is going to be able to get that kill. Nicely done there by Thunder Predator. Uh-oh, Moonlight might get caught here as well. Leo nearby, as is Wu. And, yep, I think he is going to die. He's going to get off a little bit of the Pulse Novas before Leo Style activates the Blade Mail. Already the full Sange ready to go here. That's going to be a lot of status resist, a lot of strength, and just quite a tanky Void Spirit. He's going to have an extra 200-something HP here. Actually, a little bit more, isn't he? 320, extra 320 HP here on the Void Spirit. No joke right now. They're going to be looking for a free kill onto Wu. They'll get that one. Nice job there, getting them ever closer to the level 2 Ball Lightning. We haven't seen our Sven show up to a fight here in a little bit of time. That's because he's been farming away at peace. He's going to finish the BKB up here. That's going to be Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, and then into the Aghanim Scepter, at least is the idea for now. And it's a good idea here, at least. Thunder Predator, they have no choice, really, but to let him farm here for the next few minutes. But they are doing as well as they can here. Really nice, aggressive ward. They're going to dodge, just miss this Observer ward, however, that's scouting the river in the top route. Look how blue it is here! When did they change this? Gardic in some trouble here. They're going to make the jump onto him now. They're going to be able to keep him alive. Not too long, though. And there's going to be Minos finishing his big item now. Vitaly in trouble. He's been caught by the arena. Tries to get off the bash. No chance. Earth Splitter as well as the Echo Stomp going to keep him pinned down. An arrow for the beautiful follow-up. Look at these combos. They're gorgeous. Out of Thunder Predator. Okay, thank you for getting rid of that sentry. Look how blue it is. This is unbelievable.
Is under attack.
This is unbelievable. When did they make this change?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, well, there's the blue zone for now, and this one is just, you know, is really quite bored. Top lane, though, Ball Lightning is going to scare away Nier. As Minos showing off his brand new Bernie Radiance. TP is going bottom as they're going to look to push that lane out now, but they also are applying pressure here into the middle lane. The Wyvern sitting behind the tower. Oh, they went to kill the Lesh. He was doing his thing. He forced the Minos TP. There is a Haunt available, so it's not that valuable. He's just going to now push and farm in the bottom lane. As Vitaly might get jumped yet again. We do have an Observer ward here for the Radiant up on the ward spot here. Look how blue it is. They finally get rid of another sentry. Can't believe I never noticed this before. That's incredible how blue this frickin' map is. Look at this guy. This guy's not giving off any blue. What is that? What the heck is this? It's unbelievable. All right, well, I guess it's a tool to see a true sight here. Vitaly going to eat an arrow, though. Out from the Echo Stomp, he is going to go down the even pin near to the tree. Level 2 Ball Lightning. He might be able to escape. Off and away he goes. Wu nearly right-clicking him down as Hosilka now showing up to the team fight activates his 10-second BKB. Not going to get too much out of it. Onto Minos, they're going to look now. Blade Mail active, though. Doesn't want to hit him as Sacred pinning him to the walls of the arena. The tower can't even help much here as its attacks are going to be blocked by the walls. That's 3 kills there for the side of Thunder Predator, who divide and conquer. They bait outs and kite around the Sven here during this 10-second BKB, and they're going to be able to collapse right back on them for the kill. 12k, the net worth advantage here, 20 minutes in. Thunder Predator playing on the Hokari side of the map more than they're playing on their own, and it is looking mighty, mighty difficult here for the side of Hokari to come back at this point. It's going to be back into the Shadow Blade back into the Shadow Blade to build that Echo Saber into the Silver Edge is what I meant to say, which I think is the correct choice for our Sven. Quite an expensive upgrade, however. Requires now the Blitz Knuckles and all that good stuff here. Very, very expensive. As they're going to be starting up Roche. They don't even have the Slaughter on their team, but they can honestly do it just as fast. Sacred nearly dying. Arrow into Roche, and the DD rune on Minos should just about secure this Roshan attempt. As they're just going to pick up a bounty run casually here. There's the Kaya finished up by our Storm. As that'll then be Minos collecting an Aegis. Now Radiance, Yasha going back here for the Manta style. Nearly has that one completed. Moonlight with a full mechanism. Might be hoping for Greaves first. Not a terrible item, but not really going to help you live as long as you like. They found Gardic. They was trying to hide here. He's going to be up to the high ground. Dodges the Echo Stomp, but I think actually just getting instantly woken up by the pure damage of Desolate. I'm not really sure. It's probably Echo Stomp. It's actually Echo Stomp level 4 here. So the wake-up damage is 200, but of course you do nearly all that damage in 1 second. Moonlight trying to dodge here. They know they're trees, though. Moonlight unable to dodge the Dissemblate. That's quite literally impossible, but it will allow at least one to TP away. Believe that was Storm, who TP'd to an outpost at that. That's a risky move. 6-second TP. Near's level 13. Uh-oh. What's going on in the river? It's a smoke gank here for the side of Thunder Predator. They're going to group up into the river. Immediately let them know we're smoked as they use Dissemblate as well as Star Storm. So they know that there's enemies coming probably from this angle or from this angle. Either way, Vitaly in a terrible spot. Does have an Invis rune. Could potentially look to counter-initiate, but Near's died, well, right about here. But a mere couple minutes ago, they're going to look for the easy kill onto Wu. They should be able to find it. That's going to be a free one, but now the counter rotation's coming in. TPs as well. Slavin, or Sacred rather, to the tier 1 he goes. Oh no, Near did not get up to the high ground. Now he's in trouble. They're going to use the Haunt. They know he's out of mana. They find the kill. Easy one at that onto Lesh, as they do have a Winter's Curse now into the mid lane. That's not going to be enough to kill Leo style, as Sacred then dropping the arena, getting the kill onto one. Leo finishing off, make that Sacred rather, finishing off Near, as Gardic then will be killed by Gardic. As we'll take a look here at how that Storm died. Simply Yules into an arrow. It was that easy. Nearly died. That was only to the Minos illusion as well. Kotoko going to pop the BKB now. Does he have any lifesteal? Can he even lifesteal? The answer is no. Dying immediately to Minos. That's 4 down already. We do have buyback on 2, but there's no God Strength, no BKB here when this Sven respawns. This can make this a very difficult high ground hold. We're still against the Aegis as well here for our Spectre. No Cheese, it was first Roche, but now the Kaya and Sange completed for our Void Spirit. A team here of Hokari trying their best to defend as Vitaly going in for a 2-man stomp. Accidentally gets caught there by the Spectral Dagger, though. Leo style make that Moonlight getting picked off by the Remnants. As, well, there goes Sacred then with the kill on Vitaly, but it was Wu doing the majority of the damage there. Minos still nice and healthy. They now have a Lotus Orb for him as they will clean up and dismantle the mid lane barracks. The Storm zipping on in just to make sure he can farm the creep. So he needs as much farm as he can get at this point. It's a hard game, however, for Hokari. as they're going to find themselves not really much of a way back into this game. Nier is, well, he's just not really farming very much this game. 6,500 net worth, getting outfarmed by his offlaner, by Sladin, by over 1,000 gold. Has vision on Minos. Luckily, his Claire does not get canceled by the Radiance Burn. Has vision on Leo Style as well as Sladin here. Blink Dagger, by the way, up on Sladin already. Who are they going to make the jump on, and how is the question, as there's the Yule Scepter. Nier still on the ward spot as the arrow will connect up to Moonlight. There's Sacred pinning him to the trees. Nier, I mean, just standing, ready to go in. Hisoko now ready to go, activating now the ultimate. They want to kill him, the Leo style. Nier unable to catch anyone there as he zips in, as Minos will be able to blow up the back line. Wyvern now, they're going to go for Sacred here. They have the damage amplification for him now, thanks to the Corrosive Haze, but a great Echo Stomp onto 3. Set it up for the arrow onto Vitali. Rooted down is Nier. He's got nowhere to go as Minos is going to eat him. Hisoko trying to man fight versus 4, but it's impossible. Minos will be able to pick off 3, make it 4 for the Ultra Kill, as the GG will be called. It's going to be Thunder Predator taking game number 1. Yep, just a difficult game here for Okari. The early game was quite nice. They got a few early kills in that offlane. It was looking pretty darn good, but unfortunately Storm completely shut down in the mid lane. Just could absolutely do nothing really this game. I mean, barely even, died for space, as sometimes we see Chris Luck do, or sometimes even Leo Style do on the Thunder Predator side, right? We see him just die for space and space created, and that's good. Unfortunately, the Sven just gets out farmed by the mid laner, by the safe laner, and what is he to do after that? He gets his 3 core items, and just by then, Thunder Predator have completely sealed him off from any potential farm that he can get. A very, very strong game out from Thunder Predator, out from the lanes, basically into the early game. They were constantly applying pressure, looking for early skirmishes, as Okadi just did not have the farm. They did not have a space creator, unfortunately. Slaughter would blink in, get a nice stomp or a stun onto 2, maybe 3 heroes, but there was just nothing that could follow it up, unfortunately. That'll just be game number 1 here between our 2 series, guys. Stick around, you're watching the Movistar LPG with Seeking Strike Dota. We'll be back after a short break between Thunder Predator and Okari to see who will take game number 2.
Hokori
versus
Thunder Predator.
Hola, soy Soka de Hokori. Vamos a reemplazar a Infamous en la Final Series de la Movistar. Creo que va a ser un reto muy emocionante, ya que Infamous es un gran equipo. Lamentablemente se bajó y eso nos da la chance de poder demostrar de qué estamos hechos. Esperamos dar buenos resultados en la Final Series. El equipo está pasando por varios cambios y aún necesitamos adaptarnos. Pero creo que podemos sacar muy buenos resultados. Creo que todos en el equipo esperan mucho de sí mismos. Estamos muy concentrados a poder dar la talla en las regionales y sobre todo en este torneo que es muy importante para nosotros.
En este último torneo que hemos estado, todos han jugado muy bien y creo que no podría decir que uno está más fuerte que el otro, ¿no? Porque sería minimizarlo, solo que vamos a jugar con todo contra cualquiera. Tenemos que ganarla, demostrar que podemos ser mejores. Igual vamos a seguir practicando y con todo, darle con todo para poder ganar.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Movistar Liga final series. We're now game number 2 of our final series of the day. Actually, Thunder.P versus Hokari. This is going to determine who gets first seed out of Group B. Currently, Thunder.P are poised to take a 2-0 win after a very, very convincing game number 1, but it's up to Hokari to see if they can go ahead and try and change the outcome of this series. Very dominant performance out from Leo Style in the middle lane, supported, of course, by the usual characters. Sacred then coming in clutch, and Minos just farming out of his mind, able to just kind of run over Hokari in the mid game, although the early game looks pretty darn good, and even convincing at times for Hokari. It all kind of shifted in that mid lane when we were watching who was near on the Storm Spirit try for a kill. That ended up actually resulting in his death. That's where it was a pretty convincing turn here. But Thunder already going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit. Clockwork, Timber, Treant. Treants make that Nature's Prophet, the 3 opening picks compared to the Undying Tusk. So it looks like the support duo. You could always throw a Wisp in here for Hokari. I think it leaves you a little bit light in your terms of what your other support actually brings to the table. But I like the Nature's Prophet pick. It deals with the Undying quite nicely. Need to be a little bit cautious, of course, of summoning your Treants around him. Even then, the Timber Saw as an offlaner is a pretty good combo. The early levels are definitely in the Undying's favor, as almost all matchups are, but it's a good one there. The Lesh as well is a great counter to the Timber, provides great wave clear against the Furion. But again, suffers to the Clockwork, who could always build a Blade Mail against him. Even sometimes Nature's Prophet used to build Blade Mails back in the day. Probably not going to see that anymore because Blade Mail no longer gives you intelligence, which is the main reason why he built it, because it gave you additional damage, as well as the damage it already gave you. Of course, intelligence is the primary stat for NP, so he's able to put that to his benefit. I would be surprised if he built it this game, but again, I could see a case. We'll see. Probably going to be Sacred. They're playing the Furion. I don't know if Leo Style actually plays a Furion at all. Yeah, I don't think that'll be Leo Style. That should be Minos then on the Morphling. Let me just double check here. There's no reason to make a fool of myself unnecessarily, am I right? We'll go ahead and see what Thunder are going to be bringing to the table here. We're getting Kotaro Hayama. Gotta love it. Let's see, Leo. Invoker then for Hokari. Probably going to be a bit of a comfort pick, if I had to guess. So let's take a look. Sladian, we know what you play. Wu as well. Wu Dota. Lovely player. Let me see here. Of course, they have Korean name here for Minos.
5 seconds remaining.
It's going to be Minos on the Morphling. And I reckon I don't really see a Nature's Prophet here, so I think that ought to be maybe a support Nature's Prophet. It's probably Woo's, if I had to guess. But I don't have to guess because I have the technology. I can check. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. It could be Leo Style. Last time Leo Style played Nature's Prophet was 4 months ago. He's only played the hero 3 times in an official. Last time he played a Morphling was 2 years ago. So I don't think it's going to be him in the Morphling this game. That'd be quite the shock.
Radiant team banned.
All right, what do we need here then for the side of Okade? We need a hard carry by the looks of it. I would suggest, let me see here. They don't have last pick though. That's kind of the scary thing. But you probably already know the offlane. It's probably Timber Clockwork. Might be Nature's Prophet in there somewhere. They ban mid laners though. Yeah, that's wise. It's. Could this be Sacred? Actually, I haven't checked Sacred yet. Let me check his heroes. Not to do that. He's played Nature's Prophet 7 days ago here in an official match, so it could be his hero. Could definitely be his hero. Timbersaw a little bit more likely, of course, with more matches played on that. But that's kind of the scary thing, is you don't exactly know where this hero is currently set to go. I would suspect... Let's take a look here.
10 seconds.
Yeah, you don't even know. It could be Wu still. Wu plays it a bit as well. 12 matches played, rather. Last one a month ago. So Okade, I don't know. It's really tough here because this is actually quite a little bit of a flexible draft. The only thing you know for sure is it's definitely not going to be Leo Style on the Morphling mid lane. You could almost bet your bottom dollar that they're going to pick him a hero here. I think Leo's the only unknown in this sort of engagement here, which is always scary because at the current moment, except with the exception of the Lesh, the Broodmother looks pretty darn good here. It looks kind of enticing even, is what I would say. Deals with Tombstone really easily. Doesn't care about the Tusk really. The Lesh is a problem, but craps on the Invoker. Okay, the PL pick coming through for Okade. It's a different pick. That's an interesting one. And a bit of a confusing one at that. PL, a hero that we will sometimes still see. Doppels out of the... I mean, I could see the point of it, right? Dispels the Whirling Death. Gets out of the Clockwork Cogs really easily. Doesn't really deal with a Morphling too well, though. I mean, I guess he does, right? Morphling doesn't really have the best wave clear. And I guess this game he can steal Tombstone to try and get rid of it. Maybe even Lesh would probably be better. You can copy Invoker, but you only get his current spells. You can't really choose and mix which ones you get. That might be strong, but probably not. I suspect it's a Quas Wex Invoker this game. We've been seeing a lot of Quas Exhort, though. Especially in my pubs, it's all I get, Quas Exhort. But that's in C, so I suspect that we're going to see Quas Wex Invoker here from Okade. They can decide to switch it up, though, as there's going to be the Puck last pick for Leo Style. Which one is Leo? They all got... There it is. Yeah, the Puck is going to be a bit of a dangerous one here. Puck, of course, Leo's most played hero. He played it even just a day ago, yesterday, and he's got a pretty strong win rate on it, so it's one of his favorites. Hisoka, then, is going to be the mid lane Invoker, probably Quas Wex against a Puck. I don't think you can afford to go for the Quas Exhort. You simply want to have the lockdown necessarily for a Puck. It will be Wu then on the Nature's Prophet Sacred over on the Timber, and sliding position for Clockwork. Offlane Lashrak this time for Okade. I'm not opposed to it. Especially if they can try and swap lanes here for Okade and they can try and lane the Lesh against the Timber. Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad, to be honest. Even the Lesh against the Morph lane I don't think suffers too greatly. Especially since you have a Tusk in that lane, you could set up for some pretty easy kills, at least really easy kills onto the supports here. These guys are going to be fodder no matter what your lanes end up looking like. I'm really scared for this mid lane, though. Leo Style is just amazing on the Puck. And we'll see what he can bring this game here as we're about to get underway with game number 2 with Thunder Predator. Currently lead 1-0. They're going to be looking to set themselves up for a guaranteed slot into the playoffs as we'll be getting underway. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we're in for a good game 2 of potentially 3 here between our two teams. So we'll take a look here at what the lanes are going to look like. It is no lane shenanigans for now. So it looks like for now Wakati just pretty content to lane the way that Ice Frog intended. So I do suspect to see a little bit of aggression out from this early Hokage lineup. They do actually, that's what they impressed me with last game, was their early lane sort of aggression was really, really good to see out from a team like this. I'm excited to see what they can bring here. So that ward is probably going to be scouted immediately. Gardic, who's going to turn around and pretend like he's not here. Minos bottom lane alone, but Wu is coming up. Wu does like this. It's the 3 fairy fires here, as well as the Blightstone on the support Furion with the little coconut treants with the little spears. It's a really good one. He's got the mushroom hat. He's a big memer. This guy. Ward has not been placed down by Slaving. He's not falling for that one. As he will continue just to walk around a little bit. As we hear a ward in mid lane be placed by our Invoker near. Dropping this one, probably envisioned, probably got scouted, probably going to get dewarded here. We'll see if Thunder Predator, who again on the left side of your screen, actually care. Vitaly, you're going to be forced away there by the 2 heroes, being a little bit spooky to him. Top Hisoka taking a fair bit of damage as well. Slavin looking for maybe just some aggression. So that's actually double level 1. It's going to be what's taken by our PL. Forced already to take a level on that. Not too bad. Not too bad of an ability to be taken first, as we will get a bit of a pause. Quaswex Invoker, if you start Exhort, you usually start Exhort, and that'll be the Quas Exhort then. As he is looking to be able to set himself up for a solid laning stage here. If you can get an Urn, the Urn is not the hard part. Usually Invokers can farm that in the lane pretty decently just because they have so much regen with Quaswex. But the hard part, of course, is always making sure that you can actually get your first 2 Urn charges to set up for your Cold Snap. Tends to be the case. Who won the first game? Thunder did. Cold Snap already trying to prevent Leo from getting the last hit, but no chance there, unfortunately. As he's going to be a bit too fast. Leo taking a bit of damage, but he's already got the GG branch consumed. His bot lane, Wu taking a lot of damage as well, courtesy of Moonlight's... Oh, I forget Tech Team. Thank you. Tag Team. Tag Team level 1 is going to be doing quite a number as Wu. Nice job there. Definitely dodging the Split Earth. Might be in some trouble, though. Top lane Sacred. Already forced to use a healing salve. Lots of early aggression, as we said. But early on, he also deals pretty decently here against the PL. As we see Vitaly, they're really looking to force Wu out of the lane. He knows that he's used a lot of his regen. Wu, we've seen him do this before in Realms Collide. In fact, he ran all the way up here, so he's more than willing to lead you on a wild goose chase that, well, ultimately results in just about nothing. Leo's getting nice and aggressive here versus Nier. Good auto attack damage here on the Puck. Actually, just a bit more damage than the Invoker, as there's going to be first blood. They will find him. It's going to allow him to return to the lane with full HP, but again, it's a very dangerous lane for him here. And as I was saying, the supports here constantly going to get ran down. Sacred going to be a little bit tougher to kill here, now that he does have a point in the reactive armor, soon to be a point in Timber Chain. Not super useful against this lane, the Undying, the EPL, but you never know. I think it's always worth taking a point in that just because displacement is always really, really strong in Dota 2. Especially if you can control it. Here's Courier, going to get killed. As Leo already off to an amazing start. 10 and 4 compared to the 6 and 2. Nier having a really tough time here, quite struggling. And again, I can't blame him. Leo style, one of the strongest laners here, definitely in SA. And really showing why he's earned that title from me. Very consistent performance, especially on the Puck. It's a very scary hero pick here. As the tower going to get a couple of last hits there onto the cogs. So plenty of mana burned off of our Undying, which is the most important thing there. I never understood why uphill misses were a thing, to be honest. I guess it's for the mid lane matchup. Minos going to take a death down bottom, though. Vitaly is going to connect onto him. Level 2 here in the Lightning Storm. I apologize. I'm going to make sure I don't miss any kills from here on out. Just taking a look at this mid lane matchup, because it's honestly a thing of wonder here to see Leo style on the puck. Usually it's banned out on him or too situational of a pick. This time he's going to go for it anyway. I said I was going to miss any kills, and I immediately missed another kill up bottom. And then I missed a kill up top lane as well, as Kotaro really showing how they're made here. Hokari, rather. I keep wanting to say Kotaro for some reason, which is Minos' alternative name. All right, 4 kills unanswered here by Hokari. Good start, but again, their mid lane really still suffering here a bit. Double the denies here. Even dodging the tornado here. Nier didn't have a chance on that one. Leo continuing to CS very, very nicely indeed. It's kind of a bit hard to see who's getting what CS because of the question marks are very similar. Is Gardic top lane and Trouble Sacred nearby. Has no Timber Chain though, so Gardic is going to be safe and sound. 2 points instead of the reactive armor. Means he's really tanky but unable to secure that kill for himself. Again, back to Leo in the mid lane, who did just sip on his bottle, looking for the rune top, needing to contest. Rune's going to spawn bottom. Instead, Illusion immediately picked up there by the likes of Moonlight, who will kind of just walk over to the mid lane, look for some harass, but already safe underneath the tower there. Minos there is going to be left alone in the meantime in the bottom lane versus Vitali. We still, of course, have the Furion with him, and what I meant to say was Vitali is going to be the one left alone instead. Sacred just looking to get as aggressive as possible. You lose way more strength than normal here on the Undying because you just steal strength, so you lose a little bit more every single time he uses that. You lose a bit more of your damage. It's still overall better to steal strength and then lose it, but it sucks because it's not as efficient as it normally is, as we're going to get a bottle refill. Saw then TPing right on over from the fountain. Refills the bottle Leo style. Almost the same as in last game. Nier, this time he's more ready for it. He's not really going too aggressive. It's not really too possible on a hero like the Invoker anyway, especially versus a puck without the urn, much less without more levels here into the Cold Snap. But he is going to be trying here as Leo looking to get aggressive. Actually will be able to steal a rune for himself, as Wu as well will get this rune versus Moonlight down bottom. They're going to get a kill top lane as well onto Gardic, as he is going to be scouted going for a rune, and this might be actually 4 bounties for our side. Oh, no snowball. Oh, actually, they do force it to cancel the TP, but they might just kill Moonlight for that instead. Indeed, down he goes even through the tag team. TP as well will be coming from Gardic down to the bottom lane. He's not trying to show. Does, however, have 1 point in the tombstone here at level 3, 1 apiece. He's going to be going for the jack of all trades. That's going to leave, however, our Hisoka all alone top lane. So already we see some rotations. Oh, nice job there predicting it. They got a kill onto Wu somehow down bottom. That is shocking, in my opinion. I do not know how they turn. Minos actually taking a bit of damage as well. Leo's already returned to the mid lane. That probably has something to do with it, as they are still looking to be aggressive. Sacred now has a point there. The 2 people in the snowball is going to do a little bit more damage than normal, but with the tag team alone, that's not going to be enough damage. Hisoka then in some trouble. The bottom is Gardic as well as Vitali. Good heal there. Lots of sustain, but Wu has immediately returned to the lane, of course, thanks to the teleport. Minos with a fair bit of strength stolen to him. Does need to be a bit careful here in terms of what he's morphing into. Overall, he's going to be pretty safe here, though, especially when he's chasing after Vitali. Very fast Disco Pony, though, able to outrun Wu and even confuse him there, nearly breaking his pathing. Top lane, though, Moonlight, he is in some tough times here. At least avoids the Whirling Death as TPing on in will be the Invoker. It's a bit of a hard kill. Cold Snap onto Sacred, but Snowball into Slathing instead. Not really sure which one they're going to be going for. Hisoka is now nearby, though. EMP burning plenty of mana, but Slathing is going to be picking up the kill. They're only level 1 in terms of what he's got now in the Rocket Flare, but even that's going to be enough damage. Hisoka then 1 auto attack is going to be doing the trick. Down bottom, Vitali gets the kill onto Wu, as Gardic will be able to trade him away, at least in his place. So Vitali is going to lose out on that one. No experience for him. Thunder Predator already looking like they're ready to start fighting here, as the kills and the engagements are going more and more into their favor than not. Minos still farming. He's going to have now the Wraith Band and the Morbid Mask here to continue. If he needs to move on to the jungle, it's going to be a little bit scarier here now that the Lesh is going to be returning to lane with a point now in Pulse Nova. As, ooh, nice job trying to break the coiler. They're not going to be able to do it successfully. Cogs pushing back Moonlight, preventing a snowball save. It's not going to come through Tornado onto 3. Doesn't do a whole lot as Leo already out of harm's way. Now returning because he wants to kill onto Moonlight, who does not have a way to break through the Sprout. He instead will be ran down by Leo. Shards push him over. Nice little juke there, actually. Slavin now into the cogs he goes. The Tombstone's been dropped and immediately killed in return. They actually get a kill top lane onto Hisoka as well. Moonlight's refusing to die here on the Tusk. Leo will be able to get him. It's actually going to be Slavin after all, but Gardic might be able to get a kill in return here. At least get something for his fallen allies. He's got another Soul Rip in 3, another Decay in 1 second, and that alone will do the trick. Leo now potentially in some trouble. He's completely out of mana. Doesn't even have enough for anything, really. Tornado's going to miss, but it's not going to matter. Gardic there with the kill is going to be able to make a lot of space. Great job there. That all stems from these fantastic ice shards, pushing him above the trees. That was really, really well done there. Have to commend our boy here, Moonlight, for being able to pull that one off. That is much harder to do than it looks like. 7-10 here, 9 minutes into the game. Still Thunder Predator with a pretty decent lead this early on, and an Invoker yet again struggling for CS, and he's going to struggle a little bit more as they're going to connect onto him with another Dream Coil. At danger of snapping the leash, and he will be able to at least escape a little bit longer thanks to the Ghost Walk. They have the Dust for him. They already know, and they have his number. He's unable then. Well, at least he's not down to 0 earn charges, but so much pressure applied to this mid lane. Look at the amount of pressure they're applying top lane as well. Sacred, no chill here for Hisoka. By the way, this is an anagram for Ahsoka from, you know, Star Wars, Clone Wars. I don't know if that's... Maybe he's a big Star Wars fan. I certainly am. So, Wu is going to die. He will be ran down by Gardic as well as Moonlight. Tag team doing a fair bit of damage there. Tombstone dropped very defensively. Will force them away. Hisoka continuing to run away. Sacred, however, out of mana. It's got mana boots in 18, Soul Ring in 5. Timber Chain at the ready as soon as he's got that Soul Ring up. Tornado. It's not going to catch him. He should be off and away then to safety. Soul Ring activated, and there he goes. You'll at least be able to zone him out from the bounty runes. You are only going to collect 1, however, as that's going to be Slavin connecting onto the bottom 2. Wu with no chill is going to get to work directly onto your tier 1 tower as soon as you rotate away from the lane, though. Taking a look at net worth, it's similar stories. We have, actually, it's nearly the same. Gardic this time, the position 5, nearly having more farm than Nier. At least last time it was going to be the position 4. That's a very, very difficult game yet again out of the mid lane. An Invoker is a very momentum-based hero. He is at least going to have the Urn and full boots up, so it's possible that he gets this kill here onto Wu. Moonlight needs to close the gap here. Already used the Ice Shard. Snowball will get him in there and break the trees, as he will be able to get another kill there to Nier. Very well done. Those kills are very, very big. They are still behind quite a bit, but that's how you get back into the game. Hook shot at the ready here. Slavin gonna go ahead and use it. He's gonna find the offlaner Vitali. Very easy kill for them. Double kill then for Leo Style, as he also gets the kill onto Gardic. Already starting to pop out of, to be honest. Is going for the right clicker build as well here by Leo. I like it. Double Blightstone then, courtesy of this team. But Leo wants to go for the right click build. It used to be the thing on Puck, to be honest. A phase shift attack and the 25 damage talent. Yeah, he's going for it. I wonder if we'll get to see the Dream Coil rapid attack. That will be a fun one. Sacred, having already dispatched of the tier 1 tower, has to go for the tier 2. Attacking this guy up is just a dream. The Fortify will come through. That'll nuke the wave at least, but they still have to contend here with this push that they've now got coming in top lane. Tombstone drop protected by the cogs, but they've already gotten the kill onto the off lane. Lashrak in some trouble with Slavin. Out of mana, out of life. He will die. Sacred's going to miss the Timber Chain here. Getting right click down by Gardic. Has another one at the ready, though. Cold Snap into the Urn of Shadows, though. Should be able to stun him up, as he will then be killed. Nier with 2 kills there, as Okari will be able to repel the invaders. Nice Tombstone being dropped as well there. Level 3 Tombstone. They don't deal with it too nicely. Not without Minos, of course, who, by the way, has already gotten your tier 2 tower. He's been left to his own devices, and he is not farming in his jungle. It's much more efficient to farm lane creep and push, and that's what he's doing. Look at this boy. He even farms up himself a nice little bounty rune to increase his team's net worth now to 7K 12 minutes into the game. And by the looks of it, Thunder Predator have no plans to let up on this relentless pressure. They know the Invoker was somewhere up here because they saw him and scouted him with the ward. Now they're going to scout him on the way back out, but Slytherin rather take a free kill here onto Moonlight. Is up to level 7. Creep wave to try and block the hook shot. I don't think he's going to be living much longer, however. Trying to dodge it. At least gets underneath his tier 2 tower before Slytherin pushes him right back out. Sacred then with a whirling death. Great ice shards yet again out from Moonlight. Fantastic Tusk player, my goodness. He's able to dodge this death a little bit longer. It lives way longer than he has any right to there. Well played, but unfortunately, he's still going to die. He's just down too long. And look at how small this guy is. What's up with this? I don't understand. Vitali needs to run. Only has mana boots now, going instead for the mechanism here. So a very similar build to what we saw on the position for Leshrac. So they're going to be putting a ward up onto the high ground near. It's going to be here. They don't actually have any detection. Tombstone drop. They're going to be looking for a free kill onto Slytherin, who does not really have anything to say about this. He's at least going to dodge the Split Earth, but he will die then to the Soul Rippers. That's another tier 2 tower already down 13 minutes in. 2 tier 2s down. The full Deso now up on Puck as they're looking to fight this now. Moonlight just going in like a madman. Sets up for a 3-man tornado. They don't have Tombstone. They've already used it. Deafening Blast is going to whiff as Moonlight will not be able to land the uppercut. Finally, he's going to get one at least onto Wu. Wrath of Nature will come out beforehand, though, doing massive damage. And Minos now joining the fight with the Yasha alone, right-clicking near to death. They don't even need detection as Leo Style picks up the kill with the Illusory Orb. Then it's a 2-for-4 trade. They still have Hisoka farming at the very least. Has the full Diffusal Blade up and running. Not a terrible time for the Diffusal, especially because he does have at least the full Power Treads up and running, but he is going to be in some serious danger here. Oh no, Hookshot's going to connect. He wanted the DD and he's not going to find it. In comes Sacred as well with the Timber Chain. It's blue over here, Abuda. But Hisoka doesn't want to be here any longer. He's going to have to be running away here, farming his way back towards his team as Minos is about to finish off the Manta style already. 15-minute Manta, by the way. Make that Minos as Leo. What's he farming up here? A Desolator, probably Blink. Might be Blink Dagger here if I had to guess. They're going to scout this Roche. I already have a point in Exhort. Well, I think it's about normal to get a point in Exhort this early, but have the Exhort up and ready to go as Sacred is going to be the one to look to break smokes or just scout any incoming invaders. Near will be scouted. We have a hook shot from Slytherin. We also have some enemies nearby, though, so not a Predator. They're just going to go ahead and take Aegis and back off for now. Sacred already in some trouble. We hear a snowball into the back lines. They actually kill Wu very easily there. Sacred's going to die as well to the likes of Vitali, completely burning his mana. Leo Style needs to use run away with the Illusory Orb. He has no chance there. Hookshot used incredibly defensively. Right now, this team fight going awful for Thunder Predator. They've not lost a single, or they've not picked up a single kill except onto Roshan. So Aegis is theirs at the very least. They don't lose Minos. They don't lose Leo Style, but they will lose Sacred. As there comes a tip. Trying to go ahead and BM them a little bit here. They have found him, actually. Moonlight is going to be able to make it now 3 deaths. Both supports, as well as the offlane, are now taking a drop. Wu's going to TP in, but he's not going to find anyone here. That's Hisoka just casually showing up to the tail end of a team fight, nearly grants him a full Yasha. He is still going to be, of course, 1 item behind the Morphling, who is immediately going into the Battle Fury. MKB, not an item Hisoka desperately likes to build here, or really any Phantom Lancers enjoy building. It's going to be a difficult game. I might recommend, I mean, it's ridiculous to even recommend this, but like True Strike on Divine Rapier, it's way too early, but maybe if you try and just go for a very tanky build, something like an Eye of Skadi, which does very well against the Morphling. I believe you already have a Spirit Vessel already up. Then you can go for something like a Divine Rapier. It can be really strong. They're going to look to counter-initiate everything. All the skill shots missing there, but at the end, it will still be near taking a death. Sacred there with a Whirling Death. Will Timber Chain on over to secure that one. Gardeck going to be scouted. Has nothing to do here. Steals a little bit of strength before he goes. This is about all, really, he has time for. Leo, one of the best puck users? Absolutely. Absolutely he is. He is an amazing puck player. You are on the money there. They banned it last game against him. Puck not amazing in this meta either, but Leo, I mean, you give him Puck, he'll play it, right? Speaking of Leo, he's already got a Maelstrom on Puck, so it's the classic right-clicker build here. I love it. He's going for a bit of a vintage build, or, you know, early 2020, late 2019 sort of shenanigans here on the Puck. Of course, Puck significantly nerfed, but still quite effective here. in terms of how much damage it actually does here. Nothing too surprising yet seen. Vitaly does have the full mechanisms up already. Mechanism, it's only a singular mech. And Hisoka is going to be level 13. Still farming at a decent rate. Of course, well being outfarmed by basically everyone else here. He finally has overtaken Sacred, though, for the number 3 position. That at least is a bit of a bright spot here for what is otherwise a very tough time for this lineup. Happy Wednesday evening to everyone tuning in. Thank you for joining our coverage of the Movistar LPG. We're going to be covering this here and most of the playoffs, in fact all the playoffs here, on the ePulse Gaming channel. We will have Ovo Plus joining for a couple different days here later on, as well as during the playoffs to provide you guys the best coverage we can. But for now, it's just going to be me for today and tomorrow at the very least. So thank you guys for tuning in, as we're going to get hopefully reconnected rather shortly. Slavin from Ecuador having a little bit of connection issues here.
What is a game of some sort? A game of some sort?
Still remaining paused here. We've already taken a look at some of the more significant items, but yeah, again, the last tier 2 here about to go down for Hokari. They are against an Aegis, after all. They did win the immediate Roche fight, but they still have to contend with this Aegis now on Minos. Leo Style is about to slot in here his Maelstrom as soon as he can. He might just, he's probably going to save onto the mangoes. Really no need to get rid of those, right? You got a mango tree, so you don't want its fruit to go to waste. But a 9K net worth lead, 18-19. We're about to see Thunder Predator potentially push high ground here already, 16 minutes in. Manta Style, Aegis, and only a Morbid Mask on the Morphlane. They still have Aegis for another 3 minutes, by the way. As down goes the tier 2 tower. Into the base goes Minos. Yeah, I don't know if I've even seen him use Morph a single time this game, to be quite honest with you, but they already force out the Fortify that remains here for Hokari. They have at least killed all of the creep, but the game gets really difficult from here as they're going to steal a Morphling. He says, thank you very much for your Diabolic Edict. I'm now going to destroy your mid lane tier 3 rather. They need to TP back everyone here. There's Tornado. It's going to catch 2. Sacred a bit lower on HP as they're going to force the mechanism out at least on the side of Hokari. Tombstone will be dropped. Leo Style, nice job there using the Illusion Room to purge off the cold stab. He's going to turn and catch 4 with the coil. Willingly breaking it is going to be Moonlight as Hisoka from behind gets the kill onto Wu. They're looking for more though. There's Minos in trouble. They have actually applied him the Vessel. Of course, he does have, however, the Manta back up in a second, and now slide in with a 2-man hook shot. 2 big will end up running to the cock. Snowball's a pretty big one, though. Now able to get the first kill onto Minos. He's going to get that Manta Style. That means he won't have it for a second life, but he needs to die first for there to even be a second life, and that's not happening. Saker turning it around with a triple kill, chasing down Hisoka. That's going to be the ultra kill for him now. As the Invoker forced to back off. It was looking so bad for Thunder, but they just knew they were the stronger team at this point and completely keep on fighting. Now Wu has respawned. We'll take a quick look at that recap. My goodness. That was about as close as you could take a team fight without losing it. That was a thing of beauty up from Thunder Predator. And now they're going to go straight for the bottom lane of Barracks. Everyone healed back up just about to full HP. Sacred needs to tank the tower a bit to get that regen back where it needs to be. Mid lane then, it's going to be absolutely demolished here. Puck spitting out those red projectiles. They're going to have to peel back in 4 seconds. Invoker, his spells have now more or less refreshed. Great ice shards here. We'll catch 2. Minos is a bit of a difficult target here with the Manta Style up and running, however. And we don't have any more Vessel charges to play with here, making this one a very, very difficult sort of engagement. Full snap. Tornado is going to find Slide in, however. He's going to have to use the hook shot very defensively. They even give him a Glimmer Cape. Of course, Hokari, they don't want to go up to the high ground. They know for sure he definitely didn't just hook shot a camp. He hook shot it onto someone else up there, so they're not going to chase and follow. Down goes the bottom, or make that the mid lane of Barracks, and they have only left the bottom lane of Barracks here for now, but a 15k net worth lead already for the side of Thunder Predator. Sacred has now retaken third place here, although he's going to maybe try and give it up. Nope, just running in for a fight. They even struggle to kill him. They're going to reflect plenty of spells as down goes Gardic. They will buy back on the Sacred. That's a lot of gold given to Nier, however. Nearly 500 for the kill streak. Leo Style in trouble this time. Does not have an illusion rune. Stuck and stunned in the trees. Down he goes. That's going to be now 600 gold given to Ahsoka. So they actually bought back on Gardic, not on Sacred. I apologize. I was mistaken in that call. Good damage being done there. Vitaly, though, will take a death. Minos still really strong. Still has Aegis for another minute. Tombstone dropped onto the high ground. However, they're using the courier to get vision to try and get it. Now they got a ward up there. Minos in trouble. Has been stunned up. Can they actually kill him in time, though? Mana's been burned, doing a lot of damage here. Tombstone still spawning zombies like crazy. There's another Tombstone down that actually belongs here to the side of Thunder Predator, but that's the first life down. They've killed Wu. They don't have Sacred or Leo Pack in a little bit of time. That was actually Aegis. Aegis was just reclaimed in that fight. They get a kill onto Minos. Unbelievable. He loses the Aegis there. Ahsoka just doing way too much damage. Unfortunately, at some point, this PL is going to be a bit of a problem for him here. And the Puck is really actually the only one to really deal with him really nicely here. Of course, we are going for this right-clicker build on the Puck, so it's still very possible that she can deal with him. As Leo Style, again, played a little bit of the Puck, right? No danger to the Puck. As Ahsoka is just going to get, eat a Dream Coil. Nice snowball save, though, to try and get him out of harm's way. Hook shot, though, is going to be dodged by the Doppelganger, but it's not going to matter. Something's going to find him, and it's actually going to be Wu with the Wrath of Nature damage, bouncing too many times for him to live on through. Vitaly then will take a dive. Tornado will try to catch Leo Style, but it's not going to catch him. Tombstone is going to be focused on here rather shortly. They're going to find it. 200 gold down into the pocket of Leo in case he needed any more farm. And just like that, Hokari backs against the walls yet again. And we already have creep pouring in through the bottom base here, or through the bottom lane, I should say. There's actually an observer ward that is yet to be dewarded. So Gardic in a very dangerous position, as Nier will be able to at least get a kill onto the courier. Full 4-stat finish for him, but Thunder Predator, I don't think, could care any less. They're going to go straight then for just all the barracks here. They even have a Dragon Scale. They got a Desolator, Blightstone, which does stack, actually, with the Deso. Down goes the bottom lane of barracks. Leo is going to finish off that one. Nier TV's right into vision here, right into the hook shot of Slavin. And Leo makes very quick work of him. Ahsoka trying to do whatever he can here as he's going to be looking to fight in this top lane. Wu's still alive, TPing out, will be killed, however. Ahsoka actually killed Wu. Minos. What? Minos, you died? He probably was relying on that Ghost Scepter to try and save him there. Unfortunately, just gets killed almost immediately after. Leo Style, though, I think he's happy for this game to continue. He's now got a full Daedalus.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
That means Thunder likely to go back up to high ground here. Roshan might be respawning as soon as in 20 seconds. Of course, that's 20 seconds to 3 minutes. And only time will tell here. And whenever Roche wants to return to then sell us a cheese, as this will be the second Roche. We'll go ahead and tune in here and check this one out. How long of a Roche will it be? It looks like it shall be a very short Roche. In fact, the shortest Roche I've ever seen in my life. Usually it's 10 seconds, but there he is. He's going to be scouted then by the Courier of Puck. That's going to hurt Hokari, who we're hoping to use this time without Aegis, without cheese, to try and farm. For now, though, the rest of Thunder Predator, they just want to fight. They feel strong, and for good reason. Still up 17k here, 28 to 26. 23 minutes into the game, they're going to look for a fight mid lane. Now Tornado will catch Sacred EMP to try and burn the mana. Nice job there, interrupting him to make sure he doesn't get the mana off for the Timber Chain, but in trouble now is basically the rest of Hokari, who will now have to buy back. Vitaly next in some trouble. They won't be able to kill him with Glimmer Cape, keeping him alive. All of a sudden, trouble is going to be Nier instead. Leo, though, with the Vessel applied. Cold Snap finally ending. Turns around and gets a big ol' right click of death there onto one. Nier trying to nuke down the Puck, but Leo just too evasive. There's the triple kill. Reapplies at the very least the Vessel, and he's gonna live by the skin of his teeth thanks to the phase shift. Wow. That was a reference, of course, to the he's got to use the phase shift soon. Wow. As I mean, that's about as easy as, or I should say as difficult as that one was there for Leo Style to live there. Nice job, though, overall, making sure to manage his HP. There's going to be Aegis and Cheese here coming soon. Leo rejoining the fun as a DD rune. Doesn't even need it for Roche. She's going to be looking for probably the one-hit Rampage with Phase Shift. That is going to be a very, very scary puck indeed. Next into the BKB. Oh, my goodness. The Grove Bow as well, giving you a little bit more attack speed. Most importantly, damaging or increasing the magic damage by 10% is going to be absolutely terrifying. Gardict and Moonlight here smoked up from behind, trying to find a good jump here. Is actually, as well as Ahsoka, it's going to be Sacred making the jump there. Puck, Leo style rather, making a really great effort there to avoid all the damage, and does immediately gets a dieback there onto Moonlight. They have found the real PL, and they have managed to soulbind him up. They have no save for him whatsoever now that the puck has died, as the massive the big old hordes being spawned, but that's not going to be much. Minos turning around, back to give over your goals, is going to be able to kill off now near, as the GG will be dropped, and it's a 2-0 then for Thunder Predator. Leo wanting the Rampage, not going to find it. They're scanning, they're trying to find him all the way, and the fountain is Gardic, and he's not going to be able to find him in time. It's going to be Thunder with a 2-0 win over Okadi. Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't get to see yesterday's matches. It was my day off, but I am surprised to see that Okadi was able to take 2 games off of Omega, especially because Omega, they've been looking so good recently. Not to say Okadi, I didn't see glimmers of hope in here, but I absolutely did. It was a decent mid-game performance. I think if you get farm onto this safe lane player, he makes excellent risk analysis. Of course, near the end, it's just, unfortunately, you just got to throw your bodies on and see what happens. But earlier on, I saw some really good decision-making, and unfortunately, it was just Thunder Predator just out-farming them way too much. They were just finding farm in places where Okadi could not, and that's severely reflected. I mean, look at the top 3 here for some time, just completely eclipsed. Really, everyone but Hisoka is just not even close. So unfortunately, Thunder Predator, well, maybe fortunately, if you're a Thunder Predator fan, are going to be moving on then for sure into the playoffs, and it's going to be Okadi forced to play the deciding match between the winner of... That would be Omega versus LatAm Defenders. So Okadi might have a rematch here versus Omega, as I'm sure Omega is going to be looking for some justice and a win there. But we got 2 great matches tomorrow. Team Unknown versus Beast Coast, and Omega versus LatAm Defenders. That's going to be it for today's coverage of the Movistar LPG. A bit of a short day yesterday. I think was going on really late. Is that really all we're doing today? It absolutely is. We're done, ladies and gentlemen. And in fact, we're not back tomorrow. Oh, we are back tomorrow. I'm a liar. We're back tomorrow with Team Unknown versus Beast Coast and Omega versus LatAm Defenders. We'll be back at the same time as today. So that should be 4 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is the same for Peru. And then, yeah, we'll start immediately after the Beast Coast Unknown game will be Omega versus LatAm Defenders. For now, guys, that's going to be all of our coverage for today. A bit of a short day, 2 quick 2-0s, but we'll be back tomorrow for some more Movistar LPG. Until then.
Live Media, esports entertainment, leaders in competitive gaming.